Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. And before we move forward, let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and welcome back to an absolute shambles of a day, isn't it, really? Hopefully, I hope you're enjoying it with the minus weather. But in England, if you're in England and you're live on here with me at the moment, how bad is the weather? Can't say much about everyone else if you're in America, if you're in Australia, wherever it is you are at the moment. But in England right now, it is pissing it down. It is absolutely pissing it down. So, let's talk Chelsea and Zenit St. Petersburg, guys. We are back. Champions League is back. Chelsea's first game, the title defence, starts tonight, 7:45, or is it 8 o'clock? Might be 8 o'clock, not too sure. I haven't looked at the times. At home, Zenit St. Petersburg, Chelsea versus them. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be an interesting game, guys. You know, we're going to go through. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go through the injuries that Tuchel spoke about yesterday. We're going to go through who I believe is going to start. I want you guys to get involved. Give us your thoughts. Yeah. I'm going to give you my quick prediction, and then we're going to open the lines up. You guys can get involved. But before we do that, there's over 21 of you here right now. Smash the like button. Smash it. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV. We are 25 away from 2.6K subscribers. I can't make that unless you guys help us get there. So please continue doing that for the channel. But let's get them likes up, guys. Let's get to 30 to 40 likes as quickly as possible, please. I want to see who's in the chat. We've got Fator. Big up to Fator, who's in the house. Tempire, that's what we call him, Block Tempire. Zevio Genius says, get the likes up. Bex is in the house as well. Big shout out to her. Big Ron, big up to you. Concierge of Crime is saying Champions League settings activated, true and confirmed. Our quest for back-to-back starts tonight. Smash the likes. And he is right. The quest for us to defend our title, our trophy, starts tonight. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Big up to Chris. Big up to Jose CFC, C1 London. All good to see you guys here tuned in as well. Big up to Tommy as well. We know what we are, mate. We are the champions of goddamn Europe. Big up to Marcus. Big up to Grey Wolf's Dinner as well. 5 a.m. in Australia right now. Blimmin' hell, Concierge. That is commitment, mate. That is commitment. Big up, Matt, as well. Big up to you, my guy. Jarvis as well. Big up to you, man. The weather in England is crap. How bad is it? Literally, it's that bad. I am working today. I went out a little bit in the morning, went gym and whatever, come back. And now I'm just like, perfect time to stream. Who can even be bothered to leave their house today? Because I can't. So why not just sit back, go and get your popcorn, tune in with GNA TV. Let's talk Chelsea Zenit St. Petersburg. Let's give our thoughts how we think the game's going to go. Let's talk about the team lineups. And we're going to start with the supposed, should we say, the supposed injuries brought out by an article by Matt Law. Matt Law himself with an article here. Chelsea are looking to make winning start to the 21-22 Champions League group start campaign against Zenit St. Petersburg at Stamford Bridge tonight. Thomas Tuchel's side, who are the reigning European champions, will enter the contest off the back of an impressive 3-0 win, which we had. The Blues have drawn into the Group H with Zenit, Malmo and Juventus. That big game against Juventus at the end of this month. Which is going to be interesting to see as well. In terms of team news and team injuries, Christian Pulisic is out, ankle injury. There's no possible return date for him at the moment. We just don't know when he's going to be back, which is a bit of a shame, unfortunately. Chelsea will again be without the services of Christian Pulisic on Tuesday evening due to an ankle problem that the attacker picked up whilst representing the United States during it. And it doesn't really surprise me with Christian Pulisic because he is always goddamn injured. He always has to get injured, doesn't he? He never ever goes through he never ever goes through a season staying fit, this guy, you know. The next one is Ngolo Kante. Now, his status update is a minor doubt, which means that he could still feature. He could start tonight. Obviously, we saw Sal and Kovacic start against Aston Villa. And looking at it, we might even have an N'Golo Kante introduction tonight. You could see him next to Sal. Jorginho only played half a game as well, which we have to bear in mind as well. So, you know, he did have an ankle injury himself as well, but his return date is Zenit. He has been training. There's been images of N'Golo Kante training with the Chelsea team. N'Golo Kante missed France's international features due to an ankle injury, and the midfielder whose absence against Villa on Saturday has the chance of featuring tonight, is what Matt Law is saying there, guys. 35 of you here, guys. Continue smashing that like button. Please keep doing that for the channel. Let's go through what you are saying in the chat. I want another Champions League. I don't give a fuck about the Prem, to be honest. So do you agree with Sosa, guys? What is more important to you? Chelsea winning the Champions League or Chelsea winning the Premier League? Not both, because I know it's easy just to say I want both. Question for you guys right now, 32 of you here. What do you want to see Chelsea win? Do you want to see Chelsea defend their Champions League? Or would you rather Chelsea win a Premier League this season? I want to know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on that. The weather is shit. Acts like... I ain't going to finish saying the rest of that. Let me know. Big up to Undertaker CFC, who's in the house as well. Big up to him. Hope you are well, my man. Kante resting, so should be ready for the game against Spurs. Forgot about that. Spurs on Sunday. I think it is Sunday. I'm not too sure. We have to check that out. Big up to Talau as well. Big up to him. Slen TV as well. Kante's not playing. Gem resting. I'm pretty sure should be ready for Spurs game is what he's saying there. Sal should feature in this game. Yeah, should Sal feature in this game? Well, I'm going to give you my preferred 11, who I think is going to start tonight. I want to know your thoughts as well, guys. So make sure that you let me know in the chat as well. Continue hitting the like buttons as well, please. Let's go through what the question I just asked you guys. Premier League or Champions League? What is it you want to see Chelsea win this season? So we've got Tommy who's saying Premier League. We've got Undertaker saying Premier League. We've got doing the double, which I said you can't do. We want to win the double, but I've made it harder for you guys. I want to know either or, Premier League or Champions League. TCFC says Premier League. Robbie says Champions League. Jack says Prem. Marcus Record is saying we need the Premier League ASAP. The last time Chelsea won the Premier League was when? 2016, if I'm right in saying. 2016, which is what? Nearly 4 years? 4 years without a Premier League, man. Premier League is what Devin's saying as well. Zevio wants Premier League. He wants the Premier League as well. We can win them all. Yeah, I know. We say that every year, don't we? Chelsea, Jem, we are winning both Prem and UCL. Concierge of Crime is not giving me one or the other. He's saying he thinks Chelsea can win both the Premier League and the Champions League. Premier League and the Champions League. Madness. If you win the Prem or UCL again, Tuchel is our best manager ever. We are definitely going to have a debate about that, because if that does happen, if Tuchel goes on and wins the Premier League this season on the back of winning the Champions League, say don't win the Champions League this season, is he a bigger man? Is he the biggest manager of Chelsea's at Chelsea Football Club? Is he bigger than Mourinho? Is he bigger than Ancelotti? Is he bigger than Conte? Does he foresee all them? Does he pass all them? 22 likes, guys. We're not at 30 in a moment. Smash the like button. 30 likes. Let's go. Let's get to it. Back-to-back UEFA Champions League would be great, but I'm not about to go another year with rivals lording a Prem win over us. Got to win the Prem. Bex wants the Prem. Bex wants the Prem. Premier League because we haven't won it since 2017. Shout. Big up to QNTV as well, my guy. Johnny's in the house. Big up to Johnny as well. He's saying Champions League. Johnny wants the Champions League over the Premier League as well, guys. 2017 was the last time we won it. I don't know if it's 16-17 or 17-18. I don't even remember. That's bad, isn't it? If Sal starts tonight and has a bad half again, that would be terrible for his confidence. Really digging a hole then, even though Zenit won't press as much as Villa did. Well, the thing is, right, I don't know much about Zenit St. Petersburg. I don't know if anyone in the chat has watched Zenit St. Petersburg play much. I've tried to do a little bit of research on them. One of the things that I thought was quite interesting, which, to be honest, like I said, I'll quickly share with you guys, is obviously their fixtures. If you look at what they've done in the last God knows how many games, right? So the last game they played was September 11th, they won 3-1. They beat CSK Moscow 1-0, and they beat FC Ufa, whoever they are. No, sorry, they drew 1-0. Do you know, right? The reason I brought this up, the last game that they lost, the last game that they lost was back in the 8th of March against Rubin Kazan, and that was 2-1. Since the 8th of March up to now, look at the games they played: 4-0, 3-2, 2-0 they won, 2-1, 2-all they drew a couple games, 6-0, 6-1, 0-0, 5-1, 0-0, 2-all, all the way up. They won the Russian Super Cup against Lokomotiv Moscow as well, all the way up to now, which is the 11th of September. Since the 8th of March, they haven't lost one game. They haven't lost one game. Now, I'm not saying that Chelsea shouldn't beat them. We know we should be beating Zenit St. Petersburg. But should we really be taking them as lightly as we are? Because that is a pretty impressive performance, All right, it's in their league. It's not of a great stand, but they're still playing against teams like CSK Moscow, Champions League people, Lokomotiv Moscow as well, someone else, another team that's entered in, Rubin Kazan, who they actually lost to. It was their last game. Not a bad team. They're not as bad as people are making them sound, Sosa wants UCL. I could see us not winning either the Prem or CL. Matt don't think we can win anything. Guys. We also need to pick up these mini league and FA Cups along with the way to just need to stat pad trophy. Rebecca's right. Bex is right, man. I agree with her. Winning the Prem proves we can be a dominant team over 10 months period, not just in knockout. That's true. Consistency. When you play in the Prem, it's about consistency. And winning 38 games of a season is big. Redneck Blue, big up to you as well, ZVO. Look at the teams they verse. Going to be a walk in the park. Yeah, I get that. I do get that. They're not of a Chelsea or, of that level. I get that. But they're a team. What I'm trying to get at, ZVO, is they're a team that ain't used to losing. So they will come out and probably play their game. Why people think they're going to go defensive against us? Maybe they'll concede the possession because we're a ball possession team. Why people think they might just not come out at us and play their game, which has been working for them since the 8th of March, which is the last time they've lost a game. Why would they do that? They might come out and take the fight to us and cause us a bit of problems. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Free Ben Chilwell. All right, cool. Let's go through this. Let's get to the point. Cut this out. Let's do this. 38 of you here, guys. I need to get to 40 likes. Once we're at 40 likes, the link is going in the description below. Keep sharing, subscribe, smash the like button, hit the bell notification below. Go and you can also join us on the Discord as well. We've got a Discord channel. Jump onto that as well, guys. You are more than welcome to join us over there. That will let you guys know when I'm streaming. We also got great people that are in the chat over there as well, all discussing football with ourselves. Bex is in there. We've got a couple of other guys in there as well. So make sure you tune in. So this is my proposed 11. Yeah, I do think Mendy will come back in. I don't see any other reason. I'm not even going to bother explaining why he shouldn't be. But Edouard Mendy for me starts. Great performance against Aston Villa again. And I keep saying it to people, he is world class. He is world class for me. If he's top two, if anything, if he's the best goalie in the Premier League at the moment, which I think he probably is based on form, based on what he's won and what he's done up to now, he has got to be spoken about as one of the world's best. I don't care what rivals are saying. I'm backing my goalie. Mendy is world class, and he is in goal for me. I think Aspie will come back. Asquith, we saw, we see Chalobah play over the weekend, partly to do with maybe having the Champions League in our minds as well. I think the captain needs to come into this game. I think what you saw with Thiago Silva coming in, Thiago Silva playing against Aston Villa and now Aspie, tells me that it may be either or. At least you have a leader in either or team, if that makes sense. So if Thiago Silva don't play tonight, you have Aspie comes in as our captain anyway. Thiago Silva rests, and I think he slots in perfectly into that position. Going to go with Christensen. I could spell his name. I wish I could just write Krusty. It'd be better. If I could write Krusty, it would make things a lot easier. Andreas Christensen for me comes back in the middle. I don't see Thiago Silva playing back to back. especially when he hasn't had that many minutes. He had his first game against Aston Villa. First game against Aston Villa. And I think Christensen prior to that has been playing most of the games so far. So I would like to see Christensen come back in the team tonight for Chelsea. Some people were saying Kepa might start. Let me go because I'm not looking at what you're just saying there. So I need to read that. Kepa is starting. Kepa is starting, Jem. Why is Kepa starting? Can someone tell me? Has Tuchel come out and said Kepa starting? Did someone come out and say Kepa is starting? Can you let me know in the chat? I heard Kepa is starting, but who said this? Kepa is starting. Why would Kepa start? You think we can get away with Kepa starting? Kepa tweeted, "See you tomorrow, UCL." Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's starting, though, does it? If he's tweeted that, he's just saying, "See you tomorrow, Champions League," i.e., sitting on the bench. He's in the competition. Doesn't mean he's specifically going to play, but he may do. He may do. Maybe Tuchel wants to switch him up. Big up to Erin that's in the house as well, because of his emoji he put on Instagram. Smash the likes, like Beck saying, guys. 57 of you here, nearly over 60 of you here. Smash it. Let's get to 50 likes, guys. The link after I've done this, is going to be in the chat. Come in. Let's talk about the lineup, what you would do differently, what you disagree with me on, what your thoughts are in the games, what your match predictions are going to be as well. So make sure we continue doing so. Based on a tweet he said. So, all right, fair enough. Left centre back. This is the thing, right? I think Rudiger's going to play. But my issue with Rudiger is how many games he's playing. Who have we got that can come in and give this guy a break? Because Jules Koundé, if he was in the team right now, would be able to do that. Unless we do that and we put Thiago Silva in there. That's the only way. So Christensen maybe play left centre-back, Aspie right, or whatever, switch. Maybe utilise it in that way, just to give Rudiger a break. I've just got a feeling that Rudiger's going to be playing too many games. If we continuously keep playing him as a left centre-back, eventually he's going to get burnt out. He can't play 54 games and you've got to bear in mind, we are playing every 3 to 4 days now. Every 3 to 4 days. We can't ask Rudiger to keep continuously playing. We've got to give this guy a break. He has to have a break. Everyone's saying Chalobah. Chalobah. Sarr. Forgot about Sarr. Could Malang Sarr potentially get in the team? Chalobah, Sarr on the left. He can play everywhere, Slen. He can play everywhere, trust me. He's that versatile. Yeah, so a lot of people were saying Chalobah. Yeah, and I agree, Jack the Ripper. I think he can play left centre-back. He can play left centre-back. It's not good enough, though. We've got to allow him to rest. Malang Sarr, low is what people were saying. So everyone's saying no. Malang Sarr, Cho left centre-back. Curtsy to Crime is saying Cho left centre-back, guys. Do you agree? No Sarr, please, is what Erin's saying. So no Malang Sarr. So that means Rudiger's got to play, guys. That means unless Christensen plays there or Chalobah, which we haven't seen them do yet. Let's be serious. When's the last time we've seen Christensen play as a left centre-back? When's the last time we've ever even seen Chalobah play? He's always played as a right centre-back. It'd be good to see him given a rest, Rudiger. And it's important. Let's move on. I think you will see the return of Chile v Ben Chilwell tonight. I think Marcos Alonso has played too many games. And against Aston Villa, I think he had a very average game. I don't think he's someone that has, even though he had the captain armband, which still doesn't make sense in my head as to how he got that. But even though he did have the captain's armband, I still don't think it's enough to see him playing every continuous game. I think you will see Chile B come in today, guys, which is good to see. I hope it'll be good for him. At least he can get some minutes. Chile B needs minutes, boys and ladies that are in the chat. I can see the chat is going mad. We're all still talking about this left centre-back situation. Chile and Reese is what Matt wants to see. Chile B, please come back, is what C1's saying. Yeah, and do you know what? Tonight might be the night that we see this. Chilwell and Reece James. This, for me, is the most balanced. This, for me, is the most balanced wing-backs that we have at our football club. Chilwell and James. This is what I want to see. I don't want to see that snail running up and down the pitch anymore. Yes, he can do a job. Yes, he can play games here and there. I'm cool with that. But I do not want to see him playing every goddamn game. Because eventually something bad's going to happen and he's going to have a stinker. Guys, we've only got 32 likes and there's 60 people here. Let's get to 50 likes. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the bell notification below. And share on all your socials. Marcos Alonso equals captain, leader, legend. Bex put that in the Discord chat yesterday. She was so upset when she saw that. And to be honest, whoever done that was quite funny, to be fair. We got to laugh. It was funny. He's impressed with his training attitude, right? And he's given a nod. Yeah, and it's about time. There was a lot of talks that Chilwell had a bit of a mental... he was mentally tired, is what I heard Tuchel say. Mentally tired. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like Alonso only plays because he's good on free kicks, is what Rebecca's saying. Yeah, I mean, look, Reece James comes back in, guys. So big up to Almighty Blues in the chat as well. Abs, big up to you, my guy. There's a couple of new people in. Max as well. Big up to Josh as well. Big up to my guy. Josh is in the house. Yeah, look, I think Chilwell, Reece James comes in. Like I keep saying to you guys, our most balanced option. Reece James is serving a 2-match ban. Is it a 2-match ban? It was a straight red, isn't it? So he can come. He is eligible to play in the Champions League tonight. I want to see this. Give us pace. Give us options. It'd be nice to see Lukaku playing off these two. I think they will give more to Lukaku than what Alonso does, and potentially what even Cho's been doing at the moment. Because Callum Hudson-Odoi's not even shone, even given us that, I'm here sort of vibe. I think you're going to see tonight Jorginho and Saul Niguez. I think we're going to see Saul Niguez and Jorginho play tonight, guys. Do you disagree with me in the chat? Let me know. Saul Niguez and Jorginho. Can this possibly be the two that play tonight? Let me know in the chat. I've got 1-match ban. Cool. Couch, I sent you a message on Twitter, yeah? Sent you a message on Twitter. Lukaku needs a rest. AJ Tracy needs to start at right back, and so does Ben. Ben and Jerry's ice cream is what Abs is saying. 1-match ban. Yeah. Do you agree with my midfield? That's what I want to know. That's the question I've got for you guys at the moment. That's my question for you guys at the moment. 100% agree, Jem. Sal starts is what Josh is saying. So, Sal and Jorginho, can it happen? Can it happen? 100% agree, Jem. Sal, I can hear myself. So, Sal and Jorginho. Sal. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you muted it.
Am I? Oh,
yeah. You're right. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Good, man. Just chilling. I'm glad I jumped in just when I did, because I don't know about Saul, man. I don't know.
No, tell me, because I think it's not that I want to see it. It's what I think we're going to do tonight. I think Saul Niguez in the Champions League, not playing, because you've got to bear in mind, the Champions League is completely a different outfit to the Premier League. Maybe he'll be more comfortable playing in the Champions League. We'll have to see. But I think Jorginho plays tonight. I don't think Kovacic will. I think we'll rest him. And I think the only other option is maybe Kante, but you won't want to rush him back in. So Saul Niguez potentially used differently as not the sitter. Maybe Saul Niguez can roam a bit more forward. When he was next to Kovacic, I always felt he was more of the sitter. Kovacic was moving forward a bit more. So it'll be the vice versa. And maybe it will get the best out of him, and Tuchel's maybe playing around with that. But yeah, go on. What are you saying?
I just don't know if it's the game. I just don't know if it's the game to experiment it right yet. We need to get 3 points. There's just no questions about it. We have 5 days in between this match and the next. Just play the try, test, and true. Get Kovacic and Jorginho in there. Give Saul Niguez another chance against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. Give him maybe even 60 minutes in this match. But at the start of the game, make sure we're playing what we know works for us, the base that works, and that's Kovacic and Jorginho for me. But I can't. I'm not giving up on Saul. I'm just saying we can't. I was scared after that first game. That left me feeling a little shocked, and it hasn't really been a whole lot of time in between that game and this one. So if we're thinking about the game itself, we have to go with what we know is going to be effective for us. That's just me, though.
And do you know what? The one big thing that, because obviously I haven't watched enough of Zenit. I'm sure Lewis and yourself, Couch, haven't watched enough of them. We don't really know what to expect. But when I brought up earlier the fixtures list and them not losing since March, I think sometimes, like, I don't see them changing. All right, we might have more of the ball, but that, if it's worked for them since then, I know they've played some crappy teams here, and the levels of the leagues are different. But I just got a feeling that this Zenit St. Petersburg team, whatever they've been doing since then, and what's helped them win up to now, you probably see them come at us and probably want to have a game, even if they are going to lose. They probably want to have a go at us, and that might just shock us because we don't know what to expect from them. We've never played a team like this, so we don't know who really to be wary of, etc. That's going to be Tuchel's job to make it clear to the players moving forward. But we have got Lewis here as well. Lewis, how you doing, my guy?
Why we got shitty FIFA cards in here? Fuck FIFA, bro. Bullshit game. Fuck this game, man.
The crusty clown only getting 80. Yeah, you got the weakest.
Man, it's clear they don't watch us, but we move. Man dropped 36 clean sheets in 44 games to get not even a fucking rare card.
To be fair, he should be on at least 83, 84, I would say, Christensen.
Yeah, just put him on Rudiger's number, and I ain't gonna complain. To be honest, let's be real. The whole defense needs an upgrade. They all got violated. Every single one. People don't like us.
You know that. I've noticed that our cards are always dead. Always.
I'm sure none of them got an upgrade. Big up Josh, big up Matt in the comment section as well. But I'm sure none of them got an upgrade. Thiago Silva stayed in 85. I think did Aspi go down to an 83?
He went down.
Aspi went down. Rudiger stayed the same. Christensen stayed the same. Did Reece James even improve? And it's like, we're not the statistically the best defense in Champions League history, but we move.
Like we didn't just concede 4 goals in the Champions League, a record at a record pace. It's like
literally, it's just everyone ignored it. It's either agenda or they don't watch Chelsea.
Well, it's one or the other. One or the other. They just don't like us, I don't think. But fuck FIFA anyway. Fuck FA. Fuck all them, man. They always do us over anyway. Lewis. I think Sal and Jorginho will probably start tonight. I'm not saying that is something that I want to see moving forward, but I think we've seen Kovacic play against Aston Villa. Kante's just come back from injury as well, so I don't see him being risk playing straight away. He might come in a bit later. Do you see Sal Niguez and Jorginho being the starters for you, or do you think it'll be different?
Depends on what Tuchel wants to do, really. If he wants to try and work on Sal's confidence, because his confidence would be shot after a game like that against Aston Villa. If he wants to work on it, fair, then I could see Sal starting this game. But I personally wouldn't start Sal until the Aston Villa League game. I'd integrate him a bit slower into the lineup. I'd go for Jorginho and Kovacic and just take one, if not both of them off early. Sal can still get some game time off the bench for me. But I think he's too much of a risk for this sort of game. He was really bad against Aston Villa. And we know that's not Sal's level. And we know he's going to be better than that. So it's not a slander thing. It's just he clearly showed that he needs time to adapt. So I wouldn't necessarily start in this sort of game. But the only thing that could have to go against that is because it's a Champions League game, it's not Premier League football. So he won't necessarily have to deal with the same level of intensity. So he could actually have a good performance in this sort of game. So if he did start, I wouldn't be against it. But I still would go for Jorginho and Kovacic just because it's what I know, and I know you'll get a good result out of them too.
Yeah, I got trepidation about him starting, but it wouldn't kill me. The only thing that I'm saying is this is the beginning of the Champions League. We have to get off to a good start. And after that shocker on Saturday, you can't take any chances at this point with a repeat performance of that, because falling behind the 8 ball the first game, we're playing catch up till game 6, game 7, or game 5, game 6. So
yeah, you remember the first game when we won it in 2012, right? And we drew to Juventus, and we just packed ourselves from there. We was an uphill battle.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, I do want to, before we go to the front line, I want to go back a second. We've got 120 people here. Smash the likes, guys. 100 likes. Let's try and get to that. The link will be in the chat soon for you guys, because I know Josh, I know Matt, there's so many people want to get in this as well, so we will speed this up quickly. But one big question for you two. Rudiger, for me, I'm not saying it's becoming an issue, but I feel like we haven't got a player that can play in that position, which means he's going to be playing a lot more games than he's actually being rested. Now, I do think Christensen can do it, but we haven't seen him being put there. Some people saying Chalobah can be put there as well. Do you think we've kind of left ourselves a little bit vulnerable there? Or what do you think?
AC's played there for Denmark, so you could see him play there.
Yeah.
Tuchel said Thiago Silva can play there if necessary. So, but if Thiago Silva was to play there, we'll just guarantee Alonso doesn't start on the left because God help us if we have both of them on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Who else could?
I mean, Chalobah's been... Yeah,
Chalobah could probably play.
And Chalobah. Completely forgot about Chalobah. But I don't think Chalobah gets rested for this game. I think he starts. Yeah. I could see him start this one because he's not going to start the Tottenham game. So it'd be good to use him in this sort of performance. And he's shown in the Super Cup he can play in Europe.
True.
Yeah. That's true. All right. Instead of going through each and every front three, I'm just going to say what is your front three because I've got a feeling we're probably all going to say that a difference. I know Pulisic. We know Pulisic is out with an ankle injury, but Couch, I'll let you go first, mate. Who is your preferred front three to start tonight?
I go 1-2 up top, and I go Mount in the 10, Werner and Lukaku.
Mount, Werner, Lukaku. Lewis, what are you saying?
Basically what he said. That was going to be my front three too.
Mount, so Werner, Lukaku. Again, I know it's Champions League and I know he has to play, but do you worry about Romelu Lukaku playing as many games as he's going to? And you've got to bear in mind we're playing every 3 to 4 days from now till I think going into October.
But you got to take into account like you got 5 substitutes, so Romelu could easily be one of the first ones there. Big up Ryan as well.
Yeah, big up Ryan.
Romelu can be one of the first substitutes if necessary. Then we also have a 5-day gap until Sunday against Spurs. So all the players will be fully rested by then anyway. And Tottenham will have to deal with a game on the Thursday in between that. And then we got the Aston Villa Cup game after that. And Romelu definitely ain't starting that game. So I get what you're saying about potentially resting, but the form that he's in, first off, I wouldn't rest him in that sort of form. Exactly. And second of all, he's going to have rest. He's got 5 days before the Tottenham game, and then we'll have another 5 or 6 days after that because he won't start the Villa game in the Cup. So I'm not too worried about overplaying him just yet.
Timo Verna, before we put the link in the chat for you guys, nearly 200 people here. Keep smashing the like button, guys. 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel. We're 20 away from 2.6k subscribers. That's big for our channel, man. If you can help us get there, we'd massively appreciate it. Timo Verna. Haven't seen much of him, have we, Couch? Tuchel's not really used him. He only played, I think, about 7 or 6 minutes.
See what happens when you put Mason Mount in here? Look who pops up. Big up yourself.
He was here at the beginning as well, to be fair to him. But
it was. Fair enough.
Yeah. Timo Verna and Lukaku. I said after the game against Villa that I think that Timo Verna is more impactful than Hakim Ziyech and Callum Hudson-Odoi would be. And I think he should be a certain star. Even Christian Pulisic. I'm going to throw Pulisic in that mix as well. I think he's more of an... Even though we know what his weaknesses are in front of goal and putting it back in there, I still think he offers more when he's on the pitch than they do. Do you agree with me? And would you like to see this more of Werner and Lukaku?
I still think the problem that we have in this squad right now is that we have natural wingers trying to play inside forwards. And for that particular mold, I don't think that Ziyech, I don't think that Pulisic, I don't think that Callum Hudson-Odoi, they don't necessarily play inside forwards as well as Timo Werner does. So in that sense, I do believe what you're saying. I think it's accurate, but at the same time, Ziyech on the ball is a magician. Like his left foot is a wand.
We haven't seen it, Couch. That's why.
Well, no, but we only a few games in. He did have an injury. He did look pretty decent in the preseason. So I'm not at the point where I'm ready to give up on him yet. I'm going to give him a few more games to see if he can actually adapt to Lukaku as our main target man and whatnot. If he can build some chemistry there. If we get that, then sky's the limit because he can find people. There's no doubt about that. As far as Werner goes, he was bought to be our striker. He plays as sort of like a 9-10, and that's probably where he's most effective. I do want to see him play with Lukaku because I want to see what he can do with an actual target man up there, and see if he can dovetail in and around him and make some runs in behind.
Yeah.
I think he can be effective that way, which is precisely why I want to see him in this game. I think that he's going to get opportunities. And he's just got to take them. Like, that's what we're talking about right now. The reason why we even like this trepidation about Werner is that he doesn't take his opportunities.
Yeah, but you say, Couch, do you not think he's took his opportunities more than a Ziyech? more than a. I know he didn't. I mean, if you look what he did last season, I still think he offered more to the team than others. I mean,
I'd agree.
Ziyech, Pulisic for me have been non-existent. Really, they've had a good game here and there, but they've just not been good enough. Callum Hudson-Odoi, when he's given the opportunity, he's not taking his opportunities. I mean,
Also
Lewis,
being played out of position, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Lewis, what do you think about the whole Verna thing? Do you think he is more impactful than the others at the moment? Just because, all right, he's taking his chances, but he seems to be offering a lot more in this system than the others.
With Verna, it's a sticky one because the final thing has always just been take your chances, and nobody would really complain like that. We know what the problems mainly been with Timo Verna. We know what he brings to the side anyway. We even got a little hint of that in the last game against Aston Villa. In terms of whether he's more impactful than the others, like Ziyech, I don't know. It's frustrating because if a lot more of what he wanted to do worked out, we would be saying a completely different thing about him. But it's just everything he tried to do against Aston Villa just did not come out. Mason Mount, we already know what he brings into the team. Hudson-Odoi, we haven't even seen him play in the front three. And Verna, to be honest, has barely had any chances. Havertz and Mount have kind of missed chances here and there, but they've still been solid in build-up play. I don't know. I still feel like as a team, we're still gelling a little bit in attack.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can have a final say on what these players are like in the system just yet, because we just put Romelu Lukaku in there and they will have to adjust to playing with him now. But I feel like this is the perfect game to test Verna and Lukaku together, because it also should be a bit more of an open match. So Verna should have space, Lukaku should have space, they should be able to create space too. The only thing is, like, Verna had space last season and he had chances. Will he take those chances? There's literally always going to be that final thing. If he doesn't take the chances, then that's going to be it for him. But he needs to take his chances.
I hear you. I do hear you. We've got so many others here right now. We've got Abs, we've got Matt, we've got Josh, we also got Redneck, we've got Eric Blue, we've got Slen TV here. We've got everyone here.
Guys. Come on.
Guys, big up to you all. Let's start with Abs. Abs, tell me about the game tonight, what your thoughts are, what you expected. And looking at this team, would it be your preferred, or would you change anything about it?
Theoretically, yeah, but there's a slight thing. I want to give Big Bolingoli a bit of a rest, to be honest, because, and I know what Lewis said earlier about about the how we're spacing out rest and all that. But to be perfectly honest, I need this guy primed and ready to go smack it top bins against Spuds. And also, I want to try to see, if there's other alternative options for this team in terms of we could maybe give Havertz and Verna up top a go again. Oh no, obviously, as much as I want to see Cover the Shotter back in midfield, I think this is probably the game for Saul because he needs a bit of confidence. And yeah, that's right. Still.
Hear you, man. I do hear you, my guy. Matt, what you saying, bro? You alright?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. For this game, I was saying it on Lewis stream yesterday, I was getting absolutely abused, but I would want to see Kepa start in this game and possibly even Sarr, because I would want to rest Rudiger for this game, definitely. He's been playing for Germany. He's been playing so much now. He needs to have this rest. And I think Kepa, every time Tuchel has put him on, he's performed. So if I see him on that field tomorrow, I'm not going to be complaining, because every time he started under Tuchel's name, he's done absolutely fantastic. So maybe give Mendy a rest. If Mendy starts, fantastic. If Mendy wants to play, but I think if we see Kepa, we shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be complaining.
Matt, my guy, bro. I love you, man, but you've had 24 hours of sleep and you still want Malang Sarr in the lineup.
No, but I'm saying we haven't really seen Sarr play, and I think we've got the cover already from Chilwell, Saul, Christensen that we don't really need. But we're playing Zenit. No offense to Zenit, but then people are saying, oh, they're good. No, they're not. They're playing in a Russian league. Yes, they may have some good play and stuff like that, but we don't need to play.
I haven't lost since March.
But Jem, we're the champions of Europe. We should be winning this game 6-7-0 with the team.
I don't take.
We did not get out of the group last time we won a championship league.
No.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but win the first game before we start thinking about resting.
That's true, but these players like Kevin
it's been 4 games
this
season. 4 games. You resting players after 4 games?
No, it's not 4 games. We still got 7, 8
I hear what you're saying about Kepa, and I can understand that at the very least. So I don't think that's wild or anything.
He wants to start Sarr versus 6'6" forward from Russia.
Because if we
Sarr versus 6'6" Russian forward.
Like,
are you
this guy
freaking kidding me?
That means absolutely nothing.
Of the mistake. I think the only player I think the only player that was worse than Sarr in preseason was Bakayoko. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, Sarr.
Yeah.
Because
Let's keep
I'm
in
just saying,
mind,
like, as a
though.
backup, like if we see him, I don't think we should be, targeting him. I think he would do well. I would, again, Rudiger starts fantastic, but I would possibly want to rest Rudiger, and I don't know. I see Sarr probably doing well because I said I don't think we should be that scared of him. We've got players like Christensen, Saul, and Chibal right next to him. We don't need to be playing that big of a players, but I do agree, and I do understand what everyone is saying, and I do agree that Rudiger should start.
I'm not going to agree with
Fair
you, but
enough.
I would say this: Malang Sarr has played in the Champions League before with Porto, so
Yeah.
he does have that pedigree. Whether or not he understands our system, our setup well enough to slot in and play well there, another thing. But he has played there. It's not like he's green.
Yeah, I do hear you. Josh, what you saying, my guy? How you been?
What's up, guys? Yeah, big up, Chem. Yeah, I agree, man. I think it's a great game for like Lewis Baker to get a run out at center back. That's good.
Josh, allow it.
No, I pretty much agree with the lineup here. I would like to see Rudiger get a rest. I know, again, it's early. Like my Russian partner was saying here, it is early. I'm not super concerned about rest yet. We have a big 5-day break. But I would like to see Rudiger maybe get a rest on his legs. He's really the only one who hasn't had one.
Who do you want now?
I would put Christensen on the left, Silva in the middle, and Asby on the right. I know Lewis mentioned Chaloba will probably play this game. There's a high possibility he could play this game. But I just think in terms of it keeps us strong. It gives Silva another game to get his legs under him. Christensen's had two games off now, I believe. So it'd be obviously he needs to play. But I agree everywhere else on the pitch. I think George and Sal start in the middle. I understand Couch's concern from the game. It wasn't a great debut by any means, but I think having George on the pitch is a huge calming force for the midfield, and it'll sort of allow Sal to play his game a little bit more, get him free, get forward, not have that pressure of being the guy who's on the ball all the time. But yeah, the front three I think is fine. I'm not super. I understand the concern too about Lukaku, but I'm not concerned. When he's in form like this, let him play. We have 5 days off, then he'll get a rest in the Villa game. Not super concerned about that, and I do want to see him and Werner have a chance to play. If you listen to Ram after the last Villa game, the first person he thanked after the game was Werner for allowing the space for him to score that last goal. He made a beautiful run, which gave Lukaku tons of space to make a cut back in on his left foot and fire that shot. But yeah, everywhere else on the pitch, I agree. I think we'll have a lot of the ball, so I'm not super concerned with Zenit giving us a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
We spoke about it yesterday. They have a few players who are aggressive. They have a big forward, but I'm not super concerned that they're going to bully us by any means. So looking forward to the game and yeah, get another W in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I hear you, my man. I hear what you are saying. I actually think Christensen can play there. I know some people in the chat are saying Chalobah can play in Rudiger's position. I do think we do need to give Rudiger a rest though at some point, because it is a lot of games to be played, and I feel like we have a lot more sort of the options on the right rather than we do on the left. We just have none. So it'd be good to see some others try and play in that position. But Redneck, what are you saying, mate?
Well, let me start with one thing. Zenit is better than Aston Villa.
Oh my god!
What?
Well, wait,
He
knows. Let him talk. Yeah.
Let me finish my sentence. Zenit is better than Aston Villa, and the reason why is because the players, like Brazilian players, go to those leagues on the purpose to get exposure in Europe when they have a chance. That's why they have the players like Brazilian players in Russia and Ukraine. That's how we got William from Shakhtar. Anyway, my starting lineup pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is Christensen will not start. It will be Silva in the middle, Rudiger and Aspi on the right. The rest of it is the same.
I hear you.
I will not start a youngster versus 6'6", one of the actual best layoff forwards in in Europe. Actually, if he wasn't old, he will be playing somewhere different league.
Yeah, I hear that. This Brazilian that they've got, I don't know, Redneck. Do you watch Zenit
Yes,
play?
I watch
Yeah,
Zenit.
so this Brazilian, he plays right wing, is it? He's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, they have Iranian guy that actually I wouldn't mind him playing at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He can make a really, really good player. Then they have the other Brazilian that was bought by Barcelona. He's a decent player. So I wouldn't start youngsters. We can always make a substitution after 60 minutes, but we need to go strong, score a couple of goals, and then maybe can rest the players.
How do you think they'll play against us? Obviously, you've watched more of them. Are they very attacking?
They will start. They will start slow. They will know that we're gonna come with high pressure in the beginning. But if they sustain 20 minutes and we don't score, then they'll start slowly coming out. They one-touch midfield players. If they will attack, they will be a midfield and cross to the right. If they will be passing, cross to the left. That's how they're gonna play.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Good to actually hear some sort of insight, because to be honest, I don't know. I don't know much about them whatsoever, so I wouldn't know.
I love the disrespect to the league that nobody ever watching. I love it. I love it.
Like Matt likes disrespecting people, to be fair. So
no. When I said
the league is rubbish. I didn't, and I do
first
agree.
First of all, let me teach you, little kids. Let me teach you something. You play opponent. You do not play the what you think. You play the opponents. You play opponent strengths. You can't just ignore the team. You play opponent each game. Oh my word. Anyway.
No, it's facts, man. It's facts.
Fair
I
enough.
don't take any team lightly in the Champions League, man. No team in the Champions League do I take lightly.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So when I said Zenit is stronger than Aston Villa, everybody laughed. Like, oh my God, how it can be possible?
But we'd have to see it first. I'd have to see it.
I don't think anyone can disagree with that. You're right. Actually, you're right. I don't think anyone can disagree.
Listen, guys, there's nearly 300 people here. We're at 98 likes. We should be on the road to 150. Actually, we're over 300 people now. It's over 300 people here. So let's try and get to 150 likes. That's half of the actual views that we currently have here at the moment. Subscribe.
By the way, did anybody knows where Club Arshavin came from?
Yeah, he came from. He didn't come from Zenit, did it? He came from.
From what?
Moscow, right? CS Moscow. Was it Moscow?
No, he came from Zenit. He's Zenit grown player.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. No, he didn't play for Zenit, though, did he? Redneck.
Yes, he did.
All right, fair enough. I didn't even know. I thought he was playing somewhere else.
Do you know anybody? Does anybody know where Ivanovic came from? Where Chelsea bought Ivanovic from?
He played at Zenit.
No, he played after Chelsea. He played at Zenit. Before that, he played in CSKA Moscow. This is where Chelsea bought him from.
Well, nobody's denying that there's players that come from that league. The league's not the same anymore, though. Are we correct? Moscow's not really playing like
it's not the same. No. Would you not argue that the Russian league was a lot stronger back then than it is now? That would probably be the argument now.
Back when Arshavin used to play?
Yeah. When you had the likes of other individuals there, Willian, Ivanovic, all these guys.
I wouldn't say they dropped it that much. They're still a decent league. By now, I will Google it later, the rankings on the league, but they're still pretty decent league, actually.
Fair enough. Slen TV, what you saying, bro?
In that defense we had against Aston Villa, the only thing I would change about it is I would bring back Reece James on the right, because Zenit have two ways of beating us. Yes, we might have all the possession, but they can decide to. Sorry.
You want Reece James right centre back? Did you just say? Sorry.
On the right. Sorry, on the right as a right wing back.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So because Zenit have attackers who are quite pacey, they might decide to play a counter attack on us, or they might do a Burnley. Yeah, they wait for a set piece and punish us, because Artem Zuba, we all know Zuba, and he is quite tall, he is strong, and his movement is like Giroud, So this is not a team we are supposed to take lightly, even though our quality is better and we should be beating such a team. But when you are putting our everything ahead and say, we are going to beat this team because they are coming from Russia. No, they are unbeaten in, I don't know, is it 18 games? Yeah, since March. So we are a quality team, but if we go with this mentality, like we have to beat them, we'll get beaten. And we don't have to rest players. I mean, this is the 4th game in the league. This is the 5th one in the league. So we don't have to rest players right now. Let's think about resting players when December comes around, because that's when we'll need to rest players. Let's keep the momentum going. We beat them and get over with this one, so that we can wait for Tottenham.
I hear you. I do hear you, my man. We've got Eric Blue as well. Eric, what you saying, my man?
Yo, I agree with some things that the guys were talking about. I think that Lukaku should start. Maybe he shouldn't play the whole match, but I think he should start because I don't think we should rest him. I think we should rest him, but I don't think we should just assume we should we should cruise this game. So I think he should start, but he can come off after maybe 60 minutes. Rudiger, I think Rudiger has to start. I think Rudiger needs to play. Yes, he needs to get rested, but this match is too important. I don't think we can put Malangsa in there. He's not. I don't think this is the right match for someone like him right now.
Yeah.
So that would be too risky for me. So I would start Rudiger.
I hear you. We have Kwasim. What are you saying, bro? You all right?
Hi, mate. You all right?
Not
Thanks
bad,
for having
how are
me,
you?
mate. How's it going?
No
All right.
worries.
Yeah,
Tell
I
us.
think.
Yeah.
I think it's only one man just got to start for me because they got that Iranian striker. I know a bit about Zenit. He scored 50 some in 71 some goal game. So he's a very dangerous striker. And I believe Mourinho wanted him for Roma before Tammy Abraham. So he's a decent striker.
I will take him to Chelsea, actually. He's really good.
He's big. He's good in the air. He's he holds the ball very well. And they got a few Brazilian. You know what? The Russian or Ukraine, they always bring the Brazilian. After that, they start moving to Europe. They are. I'm not saying they're a very good team, but they give it such a good game. So I think Mandy will start for me. I think there's only one man maybe need a rest, which is Rudiger. So I'd start Cholo in the right and Aspilicueta on the left, because Aspilicueta is only played 65 to 67 minutes Villa game, and he can play anywhere. So
Money!
What's happening? How
Yeah,
we
go on,
doing?
What are you saying? Go on, finish.
Man, mate.
Go on, mate.
Yeah, Timo Verna's got to start for me, I think, because he's just his movement and Lukaku 60 minutes. He scored his goals because he want to score about 30 goals, 35 goals in all competition, and take him for Tottenham game. Yeah, I see that happening, mate.
All right, fair enough. I do hear you. We've got Mr. Minerals here. Mason Mount is obviously in our lineup. No one's disregarded that, mate. But you look at that team lineup, Johnny. Would that be your preferred start? And would you like to see Sal and Jorginho in the middle as well?
Not really sold, to be honest with you. I get it's a Champions League game, and it would suit him, so to speak. But for me, I would show a bit more respect to Zenit. And I would play Kovacic with Jorginho and try and just control the game. Because I think against Villa are not the best team, but you saw how they were aggressive in their pressing. I think Zenit will press. They got a bit of trickery in them. They're technically better side than Villa. So I think if Seoul was losing the ball like that, I think a team, big up Lewis, I think a team like Zenit might actually punish you. You know what I mean? So I would probably leave Seoul out of this lineup and maybe bring him on in the last sort of 20 minutes. You saw when Jorginho came on against Villa, he controlled the game. And I think I want Jorginho to play 100%, and I would play him with Kovacic and then take off for Kovacic for a Seoul. That's what I would do. And if you're winning
Yeah.
that well, 3-0, you can drop Mason Mount in the pivot and take Jorginho off as well. But I think Chilwell's got to play he's got to play a game, getting back in the side.
Is this
so
a
I
good
think
game
he
for him
does
to play,
this
Johnny?
game.
Champions League. Do you think Champions League? You know, because we don't know who we're up against, the type of team. Do you think this is a good game to get him in? Get him playing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I think? I think this game is it's got a potential banana skin to it. You don't know what to expect with these types of teams. If they turn it on and the game goes their way, they can hurt you. But I think if we're on our game, at least 80%, we should get the job done. But I don't think it's going to be like an easy, comfortable win. I think you've got to show respect to these sorts of sides. And we're the European champions. So we're going into these games now where every team wants to beat you. Just like when you're in the Premiership, it's a lot harder to play the next campaign when you've won it. So I think Chilwell would suit because of his pace. I know he's not match sharp, match fit, but I think we've got enough quality to help him out if need be. And I think...
Is he gone?
Werner's on the left. If the only thing I'd question is if Werner's on the left and Chilwell's playing, I would prefer Mount on the left because Mount can protect Chilwell in this specific game. And then maybe Werner doesn't play. Well, I don't know if Werner would play then.
No, Werner's got to play, man. I'm not having.
Werner's got to play, mate.
Actually, two defenders from Zenit yesterday declared not fit.
It's not that he's got to play. It's just I'm thinking tactically to protect Chilwell. Werner ain't going to do that. And Chilwell hasn't played any minutes.
What if this happens? Werner, Havertz, Mount.
That could happen, but you're dropping an informed striker, and I think Lukaku. You saw in the Villa game, he had 2 chances and he banged both of them. I think if we don't create that many chances in a game like this, it's going to be a tight game. I think.
If anybody looking tired based on Villa game, it's Havertz. I will scream Bloody Mary.
Yeah, Havertz was.
I will scream Bloody Mary if Havertz starts.
Well, Havertz should play against Spurs anyway, shouldn't he? So I think he'll probably not play this game, to be honest. Actually, get him at the Inter Milan kit.
Zenit defenders are not going to play. Lavrent is not going to play. He's out of the match for today.
If you can play Werner on the right, I think you'll see Mount on the left to protect Chilwell. That's what I think. And I would.
That's his brother, yeah.
His twin, bud.
Yeah.
Because I don't see. I just think that Werner will. You're leaving Chilwell open too much.
Hold that bench.
Well, Rudiger will help
play,
him.
Johnny, who plays then? Because obviously we got no Christian Pulisic. Ziyech didn't have the best of games. Havertz is tired. Like,
well, you could play. You could play Werner on the right. You could play him on the right, and him and Mount can switch over. I think Mount's an absolute given. Yeah. Mount's an absolute given for me. So
he didn't play the last game,
it's whether Lukaku. Yeah, but he was rested. I trust Tuchel that he rested him. I would have played him. You know me. I would have played him, but or brought him on. But because we controlled the game, the 2-0 killed the game. He didn't need to bring him on. If we were 1-0 in that second half, Mount would have come on. I guarantee it. But for this game, you got to play Mount, man. You're going to play Mount. Yeah. He's going to play.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Redneck with Lovren out, who comes in and is this like for like? Is there anyone there?
No, he's a younger player, so I'm really not sure. He wasn't playing that much. Lovren was actually one of the best defenders. So I don't know who's gonna start for them. So I will keep Werner on the left and Mount on the right, because Chil will be fine on the left because Rudiger will cover for him.
I hear you. Yeah.
There's no way, Chester. There's no way that Werner can offer what Mount does. I've already told you about this. Yeah. There is not a player in the front line that gives the work rate that Mount does. I'm not disputing. Werner works hard. He works his socks off. But when you're talking defensively, you ain't going to support Chilwell, bruv. It's just not happening. It's not happening.
I hear that. We've got Dan here as well. Dan's a big Mount fan. Dan, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man.
Chilling.
How's it going?
What are you thinking
Yes,
about
Daniel,
this lineup,
my
man? What are you saying about this lineup? What are your thoughts tonight as well?
I think number 11 should hold a bench. That's just me personally, but it's cool if he starts in this game. It's cool if he starts in
Why?
this game.
Why should the old bench?
I just don't like him.
So it's an agenda. It's an
You'd
agenda.
rather have Ziyech and all these other ones that ain't performing than the one that actually gives us something. He's more impactful than them. Much more impactful than them on the pitch.
He's a bum, man. And listen, all that stuff about Lukaku saying he gave him space, that's Lukaku being a captain, man. That's him being a leader, a captain, trying to boost his confidence, bring his confidence up. He didn't make no run for him.
But it showed around the video though. You can see him dragging two defenders.
That was an excellent finish. That wasn't enough space.
Obviously, we're not declining the finish, but we're just saying, that's what he, provided. So you can't deny that he didn't create space. He did create space.
Yes, I don't care. I don't care though. Like, who cares about that tiny amount of space? That was all Lukaku's finish. And I've been seeing people post this 100 times on Twitter to me, adding me like, "Oh, you see Verna's run now? You see the movement he's doing?" I don't see anything.
Verna will play with Lukaku.
Maybe you need glasses then if you don't see Warner's run.
That's cool. I think
because even Lukaku said himself, if it wasn't for Warner's run,
that's because Lukaku's a captain, like I just told you.
Yeah, Jorginho and Azpilicueta is the captain.
Daniel, you can't dispute that Verna's contribution all of last season, his movement, his pace, his threat with pace, it all contributes to all the success we had last season, right? He was just as important as our other front line. None of our front line was scoring goals, all right? So you can't just point your finger at Verna. This season, if Verna doesn't score any goals and he's piss poor in that department, if he doesn't, Daniel, no, I'm being serious with you, G.
No, I wasn't talking to you, brother. I was talking to the Sicario guy.
Yeah. So
he feels really hurt.
So if he doesn't score goals this season, all right, and he still contributes, but he contributes to Lukaku scoring 30 plus goals, I'm all good with that. Like, if he helps the team, it's a team game as well. It's not just about individual stats and success. It's about how you perform in the team. And he offers more than Ziyech for me. He offers more than Pulisic right now, and he offers more than Cho. The only two above him are Havertz and Mount.
I want to see him with Lukaku.
That's it, Johnny.
I want to see him with Lukaku. I think Tuchel said they will play together, so I want to see that and see how it works.
Of course, they're gonna play together. I'm just talking shit. I don't like him, but you think it's gonna make a difference? Me not liking him with him starting. He's gonna start.
Why do you not like him, Dan? No, why?
Because he's shit. Because he's gotten so much leeway no other striker at Chelsea's ever gotten.
What's Ziyech to you at the moment?
Come on, Ziyech isn't the guy.
Torres had a lot of leeway, Daniel. Torres had a lot of leeway.
He and Torres. I think it's the blonde hair.
So you don't back Werner? So he's not backing Werner.
Like that blonde hair, because he's not good. He's not a
You're
good
better
striker.
than this, Daniel.
He's not a good striker, man. I'm
but
sorry.
Then you came on saying Tappy's good, but then you said
I can't support that. Yeah, exactly.
Daniel,
that's
is
my
there
problem.
players that you do like that?
You can call Tammy scoring 15 goals Tappy, but I can't shit on
no,
the striker.
no one's saying you're just saying no, but you're saying when I came on here, I was talking shit about Tappy. I have an agenda. Well, then you keep talking about Werner and talking shit about Werner. So don't come with exactly this stream last time. So I can say shit about. Yeah, but Tappy, have you seen the goals Tappy scores? I'm glad he's saying about Werner, but yeah, 15.
That's what he did.
Nothing
Big up
else.
to Bobby with the donation. He says, "Hey Gem/guys, in all the pre-match streams I've seen, I keep looking for someone to tell me a bit about Zenit and how we can beat them." Yeah, you missed it, Bobby. He was here right now.
Matt, I would say this, with me and Daniel, me and Daniel, the only ones. I can't speak for everyone, but me and Daniel specifically, because I know we got minerals. We back Tammy all the way. So Daniel's just being highly critical.
I didn't turn on Verna till the Tammy slander went to a different level, and now it's like, okay, so this is the striker that is supposed to replace Tammy, and if Tammy's completely shit, then the guy scoring 6 goals is
But
nothing.
he wasn't supposed to replace Tammy. That was Lukaku's
He
replacement.
wasn't. But you have to argue that
Yeah, he
Tammy
was supposed to replace his goals. That's what
Tammy
he was
wasn't.
He was,
Tammy
he was, but
wasn't
he
treated in
moved
the
to centre forward. Moved to a centre forward because he couldn't play striker, but
no,
he's not a striker.
Oh, so he was
Tuchel
interplayed
didn't.
with Tammy.
Tuchel didn't play Tammy. Tuchel played Havertz instead of him. So he has a point.
Like I'm saying, like he was the main
Yeah, I think
attacking threat.
originally he's supposed to play with Tommy. But
Well, we can all see what Tammy's doing now at Roma, can't you? You can
Tammy's
see
a
what
waste
ball
man.
Italian
he's
league is
moving.
different,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Fantastic.
Johnny, the Italian league is different, mate. There's a lot of time and space there.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's still
you don't.
smashing
Of
it
course
out
you
there,
don't.
bruv.
Oh,
He's,
No,
well,
no,
you can
no,
say you can have that same
it doesn't
agenda,
matter. Of
bruv,
course
for
you don't.
Lukaku. You can have that same agenda for
Johnny,
Lukaku. But when it comes to Lukaku, you'll move the
No,
goalposts, won't you,
no.
mate?
All right, let me.
guys,
Let's have
can
it
I
right. Let's
Listen,
have
can
it
I say
right.
something, right?
If that's the
Nick,
case, yeah,
come
if
on.
that's the case, then
Listen.
Lukaku had so
Started
much time
very
and
good,
space.
Johnny, and
That's
now
why
you
he
just
scored all his goals, bruv. Let's have it right. Let's
Listen.
be real, yeah. Don't
Lukaku.
slander Tammy, bruv, because he's playing Serie A,
Oh
yeah,
my God!
and not
Tammy,
slander
when did I slander him?
Lukaku then at the same energy, bruv.
Listen,
Because he
I
played
didn't-
Serie A for 2 years. There we go.
Guys, calm down.
I didn't
Calm
slander
down.
Tammy. I said the Italian league is different. Lukaku did it for Everton and West Brom, mate.
Yeah, and what did he win with
So
them?
when he
What
went
did he
to Man
do?
United,
Why did he
it
not
was
stay at
different
Chelsea?
system.
Because he wasn't the finished article player, bruv. He
Yeah,
done all
but
right. He
listen,
scored goals, but what did he
I
contribute for
think
them?
Johnny, you need to start
Nothing. They
listening,
didn't
mate.
win.
You
They
get
didn't.
really
I'm
fucking
listening, bruv, but I'm hearing
mate.
waffle. I'm hearing waffle, and then the
Coming
reason I'm
from
hearing waffle
Jesus.
is because, yeah, like I don't know whether it's you just want to amp me up or something, whether you get a kick out of it. But if you're gonna
No,
say to
Johnny,
me
no,
that
no.
Tammy, if you're gonna
Listen,
say
Johnny,
to me
listen,
Tammy's not
Johnny.
balling, bruv, if you're
No,
telling me
Johnny,
Tammy's
listen,
not balling, hold on. If you're telling me Tammy's not balling, yeah, because he's got more time and space, well,
Yes.
apply that same agenda to Lukaku, bruv.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
telling you
wasn't.
now, Johnny. All right, you're hearing me out now, Johnny. Johnny, listen. I am not trying to wind you up. I think you're a knowledgeable person, but sometimes you need to give people a chance to talk. What I said is, Tammy Abraham, Italian league is completely different from the English league. Okay? I said Lukaku, he's done it in Everton and he's done it in West Brom. He didn't do it much for Man United. He scored a goal for Man United because the system was crap. It was not creative. That's why he went to Italy. Okay?
Kassim.
He moved to Italy.
Yeah, I'm not
Somebody was
judging
wrong.
Tammy
Yeah,
Abraham.
Sorry, I just wanted to clear up.
Can develop in Italy and become a better player than he is. He'd be
I
a
wanted
much better player a few years down the line.
Sorry, I wanted to clear.
Sorry, I can hear you, mate.
1 second. Let's go because we got Blue Ice and we got Declared here as well. We haven't said a word yet. They've come in, so let's let Blue Ice talk. Blue Ice, what you saying, my man?
Hey Jam, how you doing, bro?
Not bad, bro. How you been?
Good. I feel the passion, man. There's a lot of passion in your panel
Welcome to the
today.
Chelsea fan base, mate.
My
Daily basis.
goodness, man. Holy smokes, man. Yo, I think the fans are gonna win the game today, not the players. Yeah, man. I'm just pumped for tonight's game. For the 11, if I were to make some changes to the 11 I see on the screen right now, Chilwell belongs on the bench for me, anyways. I'll play Zoe in that spot. Zoe right now, yeah, Zoe is undroppable, man. Alonso, Zoe, I call him Zoe. Zoe is undroppable, right?
Yo,
Zoe is
don't give
undroppable
Alonso
right now.
nicknames, bro. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Bro,
Don't come and say to me that I'm a fraud,
somebody,
bruv. Don't call me a fraud, bruv.
Johnny, talk
When
in
I-
the chat.
when I-
Talk in the
let me
chat.
finish.
when
Let me
I
finish,
talk,
like,
yeah,
bro.
don't
Bro,
call me
bro,
a
let me
fraud,
finish.
bruv. When
Bro,
I'm
Johnny,
bro, bro,
speaking,
bro,
talk
bro,
in
bro.
the chat.
Bro,
Shut
bro,
up.
let me finish, man.
You know what I mean?
Finish, man. Sorry, really quick. Sorry, bro. So yeah, Zoe on the left, our captain last week. And
Stop
then
calling him that, please.
Right, yeah, Jesus.
okay, and then Aspi as right wing back. Aspi as right wing back, and bring Christensen to right back, and then Thiago Silva to central CB.
Wait, you got no nickname for Christensen?
No, not yet. Trust me,
it's
it'll
a long
come.
name,
That's
bro.
my boy. That's my boy, man. I love Christensen. I'll find a name for him too. But yeah,
Hey, Jim, what's your nickname?
Krusty the Clown.
We need.
Krusty, there's one.
Yo, no, I just think no, and then if I see Verna anywhere near this 11, can you take Verna out, please?
My God.
Well, hang on.
Can you
Mr.
take Verna
Mr.
out,
Ice.
please?
Mr.
Take
Ice.
Verna out. I don't want to see
Blue
Verna
Ice.
near my 11. This
Why
is
don't
my
you like
11.
Verna?
Eric,
Yeah,
this is my 11. This is my 11. Can we please have Kai Havertz, not even Ziyech. I don't want to see
Kai
Ziyech close
Havertz
to my
needs to
level.
rest. Kai Havertz needs to
Havertz
rest.
is knackered, mate.
He needs
Yeah,
to
he
rest.
needs
He's
to. Yeah,
knackered.
I'll give him 40 minutes. I'll give him first half.
40 minutes. What's the
Why
point of
would
starting?
you?
I'll
Why?
give
Hold
him
on,
first
hold
half,
on, hold
man.
on, hold on. All right.
Yeah,
So
talk to me,
everyone's
bro.
talking about resting Mason Mount, not to burn him out, but we're not applying that same agenda to Kai Havertz.
Hey,
Right,
this
Why
is
the
my
hell
That's
would
only,
you
11,
burn
man.
out?
Calm
that's
down,
only
calm down,
biased,
bro.
man.
This is
Why
my
would
It's
you
not
11,
burn
everyone,
out
man.
Kai
Johnny. Just one
Havertz?
guy here.
Yo.
Don't stay
Can
weak,
I
Johnny. Don't stay
finish, man?
weak.
Can
That's
I
the point,
finish,
bro.
man? I just want to make. Can I
Yeah.
just suggest an
Yeah,
11?
go.
It's my 11. Sorry, bro. I'm not. I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes, man. I
No,
apologize.
you ain't stepping on toes. I
Okay,
just don't
thanks,
understand the
thanks.
agenda,
You're
bro.
stepping on the
No,
whole foot
there's,
here.
there's no agenda, man.
I
I
don't
just
understand why
think
people wait. I just don't understand why people wait Werner. But yeah, go on,
What?
Ice. Let's go.
Jem, yeah,
Listen,
Verna right now
you're
is
a bum,
running
man.
around.
Come on.
Can-
Come on.
Verna right now is just running around with no destination. He's a GPS that is not working right now. And hopefully down the road we'll figure out a way to use Verna. Take Verna out, give me Mount, Lukaku, and Havertz. That's the trifecta right there.
You know what? That front lineup, though,
That's
front
our
lineup
best
for
front
me
line.
is what
Yeah, that is our
Tuchel.
best front line.
That's his best front line, but he's not
That's
going to play.
what. That's
He's not going to play that. I don't think he'll play that in this game. I think he'll play. He'll play a Werner. I think for your Premiership games and your big Champions League games, you will see that front line. And just quickly, as for Jester's, bro, yeah, Jester's son calling me a fraud, yeah. All right, I'll tell you something about yourself, yeah, and you can come on and defend yourself another time because a lot of people have been giving me shit when I'm not on stream, and you know what I mean. I'd rather do it to people's faces, but you're in the comments anyway, yeah. You told me that Saul will give more of a work rate than Mason Mount in our team against Villa. Well, who's the fraud now, mate? Honestly, I told you about Saul, bruv. He ain't got the minerals yet. He ain't played Premiership football yet. So let's have it right.
Anyway, back to this game.
Yes,
because this is the
I don't know what the point of that was.
I want to stay on topic. Declared, what you saying, man? What you saying?
Oh yeah, my turn. Sweet. Pick up the panels.
No
It's
kidding.
exciting.
No
I
kidding.
came into
Yes, Declared.
big
Pick up
energy.
Declared, mate.
All right.
Go on,
I didn't even
Declared.
think about. All right, but sorry, bro. I'm gonna take Kai Havertz out. I think he's needs to be rested.
Thank you so much.
Who are you playing?
You gotta hold that bench.
Mount. I think. Look, I think even though it's not the type of game, I think Werner's going to play this game. Not that like I agree with it. I feel like it's going to happen.
Well?
Like
Why don't you agree with it?
Because Werner doesn't know where the post is. That's why I don't agree.
If you look at the upcoming fixtures and you look at how many he's played as well, and you got to pick and choose where you want to play. And Werner has come on a few times, and I think if you're going to rest anyone, it's Kai Havertz. So this is the time for Werner to shine. Plus, we got 5 subs as well.
I heard
We haven't even seen Werner play this season, and everyone's like, "Don't put him on the blooming pitch." He hasn't even done anything this season yet.
No, you got to play Werner. I agree with playing Werner.
Werner.
I think you got to give him minutes, and you know he scored a couple goals for Germany. Yeah, he missed that chance. The ball bobbled.
He scored 3 goals in 3 games, Johnny.
Yeah, all right.
3 goals in 3 games.
3
mate.
goals in 3 games.
Yeah.
The ball bobbled, and he missed that chance. It's not his fault, right? And then I would say, let's see him with Lukaku. We only saw him for a short period against Villa. And he did all right. He got into good spaces, and Azpilicueta made that run, and it was great. And you know, Lukaku got his second goal of the game. So I think Werner will offer enough for this Zenit game with a Mason Mount. My only concern is if you play Chilwell, then I feel like Mount has got to be on that left side. So that means Werner's going to go on the right, and they switch.
Werner's been playing off the left anyway, so I would switch that around. That doesn't make a difference
only
there.
on the left. Yeah.
Hey, but for me was that Werner is still number one in the picking order to come off the bench for me. So if someone's going to rest, it's Werner that comes on before the rest of them. That's how I feel with that one.
You don't think it's Ziyech?
Yeah, over Ziyech, yeah. Because
Really?
they're all still trying to, they're
From
trying to attack.
From what you've seen from Tuchel currently, you think Werner's over the pecking order over Ziyech?
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah, I do.
Fam, he started Ziyech back from injury.
I don't
Well,
care.
I'll show you. I'll explain. I'll
He
explain
played
what
him, Daniel, because he's got no intention of playing him Zenit.
Yeah. Dan, I'll make
Well
it pretty
done.
clear, like, because, and you probably know where I'm going from, because everyone's been arguing that Werner has been brought in for goals and so on. Yeah, you're 100% right. That position, those inside forwards, I'm expecting goals, right? And Ziyech isn't that high on the goals, on the goal scoring as well, right? And Pulisic and all these guys have the same expectations from me, right? They're not wingers no more in this system. They're inside forwards, right?
He does
You can call them
this
second
Chelsea
strokes.
madness. He does need help, right? Especially when Chil hasn't played a game since the Champions League final. He will need as much help as possible, because if Zenit
Yeah.
catch him out, you expose Rudiger. That's where Mount comes in and fills in and helps out.
People were not happy with this Werner agenda, but listen, people
Yeah.
have their preferred players, preferred favourites.
He scored
I-
6 goals
I'll
in
be-
38 games. Please stop telling me I have an agenda. I don't have an agenda.
Dan,
No,
He's been improving.
you're right, Dan.
He sucks.
1 second, guys. All right. Last
Yeah.
season, our top goal scorer was Jorginho. Yes, Werner was brought in to score goals, but Ziyech, Havertz, Mount, all of them didn't even get into double digits last season, right? The only difference that Timo Verna did give us is that he created an assist. He was our top assister. He created space and he managed to help us win
Yeah,
games.
Mason Mount was our biggest chance creator as well.
Wait a sec. What I'm trying to get is he was impactful. When Ziyech played last season, he had more stinker games than he had good games for me. Yeah, he was non-involved, non-existent,
but
lost
Jem,
the ball,
what-
couldn't control the game. And what I'm trying to say is, when you've
yeah.
got I'm not saying Werner's massively better than him. I'm just saying in this system, Werner
He
plays
offers
better
more.
under Tuchel, than what a Ziyech and even
But-
Christian
but do you-
Pulisic, who's coming back into this team, they're struggling to play in this system. Werner
Jem-
isn't. That's the problem at the moment.
Do you
know what I mean?
think the other players
With Lukaku as well, Jem.
Yeah,
Once you
exactly.
put Werner with Lukaku, I think you're going to start to see a different animal in
I
Werner,
think
and
so
he'll
as well.
bring out
I can't wait to see it.
more in Lukaku. And I think we just need to give it time. Everyone's on the Werner slander. I get you're not happy with his goals and assists, but more so his goals. But you can't disregard all the other aspects of his game and how it's
hang on,
contributing.
Honestly, I just want good general play. My problem
that's fair. But I
and
just
my
wanna-
problem is, hold on, my problem is this. When you guys mentioned his games for Germany, what did you just say? He scored 3 goals in 3 games. But when it comes to Chelsea, it's always movement. It's always creating
that's the
space.
point,
Always
that's the point.
other bullshit. But when it came to Germany,
yeah,
you guys said
yeah.
it clearly. He had a great game. He had 3 goals in 3 games. You didn't mention his movement.
I wanted to
Because he plays a lone striker there.
Yeah.
I wanted to add something.
Fine.
Sorry, I wanted to add something. So the thing that Jem just said about Werner, I think that if you look at it, in my opinion, if Ziyech and Pulisic had the number of games that Werner did, if they had the amount of game time, I think they would have done more. That's my personal opinion.
But
So
there's a reason they didn't.
yeah, what's the
Because
reason?
they had their chances and they didn't do more.
No,
right?
they got
They didn't
injured.
play the
They got
role
injured.
perfectly, and the goals they got some goals, and they maybe took some chances, but it's
they
not
got-
all about goals in that position.
They got injured, and Tuchel didn't favor them over Werner. Tuchel favored Werner.
But you're
That's
telling
what
me they
happened.
didn't get a chance, yeah?
They didn't get as much of a chance as Werner. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
this is what it's about. So this is what I was going to say to Daniel before too, right?
Yeah.
I agree with Daniel everything you said, right? And I didn't bring up the Germany game, right? But I extend your expectations to Ziyech, Pulisic, and Cho as well, right? If he wants to play there, that's what I've done. I put them all in the same barrel, right? Because they are all fighting for the same position, right? And we want the same for them. And this is where I feel along the line they're going to leave, right? And so if we expect a certain requirement from Werner, I expect it from the rest, right? And right now I rate Werner, even though he's not getting the goals, the rest aren't getting the goals as well, right? Over the rest of them. So if Havertz and Mount have to step up too. At least Mount scored some important goals, and Havertz did too, right? That's why that's our best friend.
Mount's our most clutch player.
Yeah, I know, John. And
Yo, you guys are missing the
I'll
point,
say this.
man.
Okay, I'll say this to end. I'll say this to
let me
end
just say
all
something really quick.
the agenda. I'm okay with Werner playing as long as in the important games he doesn't play over those two. As long as he never plays over those two, I'm cool with him playing.
Yeah, but
because he
depends on
doesn't
your
do
position,
in all
Daniel.
the
It
big
depends on your
games.
position.
That's
No,
no,
you can't
it
say
doesn't
that.
for
You
me.
can't
It
say
doesn't for
that.
me. It doesn't for me.
No, but you can't say it might suit us that we need that pace and that
It suited us at
movement
Liverpool.
instead of no. I'll tell you why. Look, I get what you're saying, and I agree they play a high line, yeah. But you got to respect that Lukaku trained 1 week before, all right, the Arsenal game, and the Arsenal game was the only game that He's had his first game for Chelsea with Kai Havertz and Mount next to him. So the next game was Liverpool. He had to play the same front three for a big game. He didn't want to risk it playing Werner, who hasn't played with anyone. And that's why I think going forward, if you're looking at the high lines, I think you're going to see Werner playing more games like that with Lukaku
Johnny.
and Mount or Havertz.
I agree, right? But he has to show a bit as well. So once if he can show a bit more, right, then he'll get those roles a bit more.
Yeah.
And in the games that he can be crucial, because that game you're talking about is going to come along. He's going to come as a sub. So when we're leading it and a team has to go for it and show that space, that's when Werner comes on. But to start the game with Werner, right, he's going to have to show a bit more to be a starter over Mount and Havertz. Even if the team starts with a high line.
Before you go on, guys, thank you for the donation, Slim TV. I don't know what KES is, but 95 KES.
Kenyan.
Sticker.
It's Konami money for your Pro Evolution.
Oh, right.
So you buy some cards, yeah.
Thank you very much. What is he talking? What is going on? This man is a joke. You can clutch him with under 10 goals. That's what Jester's saying there as well. Wayne saying, I think Mount should be drop gem, but put that on the screen for Johnny to see.
I know Jess has got venom in what he was saying, but Wayne, he's a heart of gold.
Nah, Wayne's cool, man.
Yeah, Wayne's
cool.
a top geezer.
Could you guys give a suggestion for one attacker you would want Chelsea to sign if anyone of Werner, Pulisic, Ziyech or Cho don't work out? So
the transfer window just closed.
Yeah,
I know, but Dan, we've been talking about transfers for fucking.
I know, no more transfer talk for this one, man. We've got to get away from the transfer talk.
Yeah.
Honestly. Still 250 likes, guys. Please continue subscribing to the channel as well. We have also got a Discord channel as well. But I want to get your score predictions, guys. Let's go through score predictions before we sign off in the next 10 minutes.
I didn't get to finish my lineup, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, go on, finish. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, go on. All I was going to say, Jim, is that I was thinking that Sol will start, but I actually think he's going to come off the bench, man.
Okay, that's right. So you think Kovacic and Jorginho will start? Yeah, is that?
I actually believe, without going through one by one, I actually believe we're going to have a strong lineup, man. And because we've got 5 subs, and and if we get their lead, I think that's when we start picking and choosing which player we might want to rest.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Classif, I know you were banging to try and get in as well, mate. How you doing, and what is it you want to say, mate? Tell us.
About the lineup, to be honest, I think Werner should be dropped because he had a lot of minutes for Germany, and then obviously he
didn't play v Villa, Klazrev.
Shut the fuck up, Johnny. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Klazrev, you never disappoint, bruv. Minerals to you, son.
Klaz, why didn't you come on when Matt was here still?
The thing is, what I say to Klazrev is, right,
Johnny.
He rates Werner so much, yeah. He doesn't rate Mount and he doesn't rate Havertz, and now he's saying not to start Werner. He's cracking me up, bro.
Can I finish my point? I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Tuchel, I've got a game on Sunday with Tottenham and then City. Why I'm gonna play Werner? I mean, I need Werner for those games. I'm going to start Havertz because Havertz didn't play for Germany. He didn't play one game, and then he was subbed in both of the games. He came as a sub, and then obviously he only played like 60 minutes or 70 minutes against Villa. So Havertz is playing. Mason Mount, I would probably play him because obviously he is obviously needed for the
because
first
of
game.
Johnny.
No. Listen, Mason Mount is an incredible player. I'm not lying.
Yeah. Klazer's come on and he's got minerals today, man. For the first time in a little while, man. He's brought some minerals.
I'm not a big fan of Mason Mount, but I think he's a very good system false 8 player, and we need this guy because we play in the back five.
But Johnny just beat you up too, and you just did that.
I'm gonna rest Werner. I'm gonna rest Werner. I'm gonna play Havertz, Ziyech, and Lukaku.
Havertz, Ziyech. Fucking hell, man. This guy. Havertz, Ziyech, and Lukaku. All right, fair enough.
Ziyech ain't playing, mate.
Ziyech not playing Spurs game, but he can play against Zenit because Malcolm is not playing. I think this is more of a physical team, but speed. I mean, Ziyech has like kind of a left foot, so obviously
He
he's
can
not
open
going to
up a
be
can
playing.
of beans, that geezer, with his left foot.
He's
Maybe.
not gonna be playing in Spurs games yet. So just put him in a Zenit game, like, and then
Yeah,
obviously I
but
would
he
also
played.
put
He played
I
the
Chilwell.
changed my
whole Villa
mind.
game.
I changed my
Can you
mind. Vernon
imagine
needs
if
to
we
start.
all up? Can you imagine
Vernon
if we
needs to
attempt
start.
all the games just like he thinks? Since he cannot play that game, let's just put him over there. Can we imagine? Can you imagine if we
I think
like?
that what happened with Mount and Havertz when Lukaku came after Crystal Palace. Tuchel first choice was Werner, but he didn't want to hurt the confidence of Mount and Havertz because they're young lads. So he made them
Oh
play.
my word, man! I don't
He
know, but I'm like, I'll be
he made them
quiet.
What you
like
don't know what you're hearing? Is that what you're saying?
I
You're gonna
d-
say?
yes,
Class
it's
rep,
just
That's
Time you
what
missed,
we're hearing.
guys.
It's class rep. This is class
Guys,
rep.
just give it time. He's gonna turn on Tuchel too.
Yeah.
He's gonna turn on
Yeah.
Tuchel.
Do you know what,
Oh,
Klasvik, bruv?
let's not
Bruv, you
let's
need
talk
to acknowledge that Havertz and Mount are our most generational players at Chelsea Football Club, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget Rich James.
And
Don't forget
I
Rich
think
James.
I know you love Werner, and I love Werner. I back Werner. I back everyone. I back all our players. But you have to respect that Mason Mount and Kai Havertz are special players. You can't
Bro,
just
like,
say, "Oh, I
bro,
rate
listen,
them and this and that." You're a
Johnny,
Chelsea fan. Do you know what I mean?
Johnny, wait. You choose your favorite player very careful because I was in favor of Tammy staying, right?
Yeah,
And
so was I.
now,
Yeah.
listen, just give me a second. When everybody was saying, "Oh, Tammy's not going to win us a Premier League," right? Now Lukaku has replaced Tammy, and everybody's saying we don't want a Premier League. Like this is a double standards.
Yeah, but to me, you can't say that because I've
Now you're
always
saying
backed Tammy.
you wanna
I've
prefer
always
Mount
backed
and
Tammy, bro.
Havertz. When
No. I'm
Werner's
saying
gonna take
you got
one
to
of their
respect.
place.
You got to
Listen, when
respect
Werner
Klasvik,
takes
bruv.
Havertz place,
Yeah,
then
but Mount and
or
Havertz,
Mount
I said
plays,
to you,
you're
are our
gonna say,
most
"Oh,
generational
Mount is
players.
Guys, we
better
can't
than
hear you
Havertz."
when you both talk. Let me know.
Werner's not generational, Klasrev. All right.
No,
He's a
I'm
top
not talking
player.
about generational. Like,
Yeah, but
listen,
that's what I said to you,
Mbappe.
bruv.
Listen, Mbappe
I
has
said to you,
World Cup.
Kai and Mason are
Listen.
generational, bruv.
Mbappe has a World Cup. Werner has FIFA Confederation Cup. He won in fucking 2017. He has won every World Cup, Euros for under
Arsenal
21.
has the Audi Cup.
Johnny, you said Mount and Havertz are generational.
Yes.
What do you think about Rich James?
Yeah, I think he's just a notch below.
So you don't think he's a
I think
Semi-generational.
I think well, not semi.
Not full hard, that one.
I would say
What
that
generational?
Reece James.
I don't even know what
Reece James,
generational means
do
anymore.
you know what? Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say
same. What is
Billy
the
has
meaning
to
of
go
generational?
more. Billy has
I
to
just
go
watered it
more.
down.
Mason Mount, Reece James, and Kai Havertz in our whole squad. They are the creme de la creme for me. They are what I would put in the generational bracket.
Fair enough.
I'm just
Hey,
singling
Johnny,
out,
can I ask you a question?
Sorry. I just singled out Kai and Mason because Klasrev has got some stinky agenda against them both, mate. And that's why I
Johnny,
mentioned
can
both
I
of
ask you a question?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Yeah. How many goals you think Werner and assists should score this season so he will not be considered a flop?
I mean, I don't think he's a flop anyway, to be honest. But
Yeah, I don't either.
I would say he needs to, with Lukaku, depending on how many games he plays. It all depends on how many games he plays Lukaku. But I would like to see around 13 to 15 goals from him.
Jesus.
With Lukaku,
Anyway, okay. Would you agree with me?
25.
Would you agree with me that Mount takes Werner position and start in lineup, right? Mount or Havertz? Which one of two takes Werner's position?
Mount.
I think Mount. Well,
Yeah,
no,
Mount.
I think
Mount.
both can take him out, but I think Mount is the one that you can't.
So
drop.
you will say Timo Werner fights against Mount for that position, right?
No, he doesn't.
No, against Havertz.
It's against Havertz.
Against Havertz. So if Kai Havertz doesn't score 15 goals and however assists this season, he's a flop. Also, he's
No.
he's
Kai's
below.
not flop. No, because Kai's not.
No,
an
I
inside
said roughly
forward.
flop.
Yeah, but Kai's not an inside forward. What he does is he contributes to the way we play with Lukaku because he's almost a false nine. He can score goals. He could get over 10 goals, Kai Havertz. But with Werner, you look for more because he's actually an inside striker forward. All right. So that is his job role, is to score goals, really.
And
Havertz
Werner is
isn't who you
physically
rely on
ready for
goals.
Premier League. Werner is physically ready for Premier League.
Okay,
He's
let me
very
ask
fast,
you then.
but
Let me ask
Havertz
you then.
is not
Does
yet
Pulisic
ready.
fight against
Havertz
Mount
is
for
not
that
yet ready.
position?
Who?
Pulisic, does he fight against Mount then?
Yeah, of course. Pulisic, Ziyech, Verna, and Cho all fight with Mount and Havertz.
Okay,
When
so
Lukaku plays, obviously.
yeah. I'm trying to see how many goals and how many assists Mount's supposed to do this season. So
Well,
he
Mount,
will
yeah. Mount, I expect double figures this season. I think he's already exceeded Lampard after 100 games. I think now he needs to turn it up a notch, and double. I expect over 10 assists. He's already got 2 assists, if I'm right. And then I think it's reasonable to say about 14 goals from Mount.
Is that all comps?
Yeah.
How many goals?
One second, guys, because there's a lot of talks about generational and the meaning of generational, and obviously Cold Stolen says the only generational players are Foden and Greenwood. They have a talent that is rare in the generation. I'm sorry, but the rest of the guys in the pair are very
Well,
good.
I would
but not
disagree that they're generational because Foden, if he was so generational, he played against Chelsea in Champions League final and he was anonymous, mate. I think if you're generational, you turn up. For me, generational players, yes, you can have talent, but with talent comes clutch moments, comes big moments where you turn up and you take the game and you lead and you win those games with elite mentality. It's not just having talent. Generational is not just talent. Everyone needs to understand that. So when I say Mason Mount and Kai Havertz generational, all right, they are generational because they've got the talent. But when they turn up, when it comes to the big games, the clutch moments, and you can take last year's Champions League, the first time Kai's played for Chelsea, the first time he's played with Mount and vice versa, they were the most clinical and clutch in the Champions League final. They were clinical and clutch in the semi-finals. Mount was clinical and clutch in the quarterfinals. When you look at this, right?
Jen, can I say something?
Hold on, Klaus.
Hold on, Klaus. Let him finish.
Foden stepped up.
He's going around circles. He's not going around circles. I don't want to listen about this Mount and Havertz
Let me
Bible.
finish, man.
They are not
Let me finish. So Foden stepped up against Dortmund and he scored that goal and it killed the game, right? Those are moments. When you look at Messi's and Ronaldo's, right? These generational players, these Ronaldinhos, right? They turn up in these games where it's tight and they bring the minerals. And that is when you say he's talented, he's a baller. I don't even put Neymar that generational for me.
How can you talk about Greenwood? Greenwood isn't generational.
Greenwood's not generational.
He has the potentials. I rate Greenwood a lot.
But he's not generational.
He's not.
He's just an unbelievable clinical finisher. But he's not generational. All right. Generational is a mixture. Like I said to you, it's a mixture of what you win, how you perform in the big moments and big games. When you look at JT and Lampard for Chelsea, all right, they're generational. Are they or are they not? Are they generational players?
What generational means? How many years is in generation?
Well, generational is you're a player in a certain period where you're just
that's what I'm saying. How long is the period?
You're one of the best players in your generation. That's what it means.
Just started their
generation means that's what I'm asking. How many years in generation? Decade is 12 years. Generation.
Yeah. So if they can do it, if they can do it, all right, they're not Ronaldinho technical ability, are they? They've got technical ability in their own way, in their own way of playing, all right? And that's the art of Mason Mount. He's got his own way, and Kai Havertz has his own way. But they are special players. And they are, I put them in a generational bracket.
Wait, Johnny, guess who's coming to disagree with you on this? He's just asked me for the link.
Who?
Jester.
David.
Yeah, of course he can. Yeah, of course he can. Who?
David.
Let me say this about generational. Right? All that doesn't matter. The most important thing is being the best player in your current generation, right?
Yeah.
Being the best player and performing.
Please tell me how many years in generation.
1 second, guys. 1 second. Explain to me what the meaning of generational means to you.
For me, generational is a player that performs in a way that you haven't seen, in 20 years, like Messi, right? You saw Maradona. You didn't see another Maradona till you saw Messi, right? You
Yeah.
saw Platini. You didn't see another Platini, or a midfielder scoring goals like that till you saw Frank. And you haven't seen another one till I guess Bruno's doing it now at 27, right? 10 years later, or 7 years later, right? So those are, to me, you can name some of those players generational players because they're world class players that you often don't see. Neymar generational because it was Ronaldinho, then you saw Neymar. In between, you can't really name players like that were of that level, of that style, of that class. It's just different.
Neymar is
Doesn't mean
generational roller.
The way I see it, I
doesn't
think
mean respect Neymar. He's won everything.
yeah, I
Like,
think
What?
not everything,
he's
That's
because
all
he's
over
he's
Neymar.
won he's won
Yeah, but
everything.
you
The only
got
he
thing
hasn't
he
won
you
hasn't
guys are
everything.
won,
Yeah, but
forgetting.
He hasn't
Daniel,
won the
Daniel,
World
only
Cup.
thing he
Neymar.
hasn't
Hold on,
won is the
hold
World
on,
Cup.
hold on.
So it's
Neymar's
not
He's
never
won
But you
everything.
guys,
been.
everything.
It's not
Hold
everything.
on,
hold up, Johnny.
Neymar's
I'll make
never
it quick.
been. Never
What
been.
hasn't he won?
He
Neymar's
hasn't
never
won the World
been
Cup. You
in the
just said.
bracket
I just
of
said just the
Messi
World
and
Cup. Messi
Ronaldo.
hasn't won that.
All
So
right,
it's not every. It's not
He's
everything.
never been in that
Messi hasn't
bracket.
won that either.
Yeah, I know. What's your point?
Cristiano hasn't won that.
You said
When
you
I
said he's
said
won
everything,
everything.
yeah, at
The World
club
Cup is
level.
okay.
John,
The
have you
World
seen
Cup is the most
biasness?
important.
Hey,
Can you
Neymar
smell
was
the
a
biasness?
generational
Look,
talent.
the
I don't
World
know what
Cup
you
is
guys
the
are saying.
biggest.
John,
The
Uh,
World Cup is
okay,
the
so
can you
you're
smell
biggest.
the
saying
biasness?
so you're saying Messi's generational because
Wait,
he
wait, wait.
hasn't won the World
Can I
Cup.
speak? Can I
No,
speak?
I didn't
Like,
say that. Look, hold on, Kazim.
John,
Look,
can you let
I'll
me
give
speak?
my meaning before I explain anything. You guys got to remember the word talent as well. Generational talent, right? It means the player you think is going to be one of the best in that generation, right? Because once they
Okay, yeah.
become it, we call them the best players, right? We don't call them. You don't call Messi a generational talent now, or Neymar
No.
and that. They already become the players that you think they became, right? So that's why it's called talent, right? It's what we see might
I
happen.
think your
Those,
talent
those
to be on
bef-
my dick is generational. Leave me alone.
Can I speak, John?
Ah,
John,
God,
Yeah, it
Daniel.
stays on my dick, man.
John,
All
Jesus
right,
Christ.
let's let Klasev talk because he's been trying to
I
talk
just
for
want to
ages.
say,
And then
look at
David.
the biasness in Daniel's and
yeah,
Johnny
Dan.
mouth.
So you know, like
Wait.
Neymar.
Can
Remember
I fucking speak, or should I just leave? Should I just
Let him
leave?
talk. Let him talk. Let him
Yes.
talk. Let him talk.
Good.
Cuss
Okay,
out fucking around.
can I just speak like look at the biasness on Johnny and Daniel's face when Mount played a bad
Wish I
game
could see
for
their face.
England and Harvest played a bad game for Harvest, and now they are doing a conversation about generational players. Like this is how they ignore Mount and Harvest every week when they have a bad game. Whenever they have a bad game,
I've
they talk
never
about how
ever ignored
generational they are.
ever, and they ain't had bad
Listen,
games.
and then they
Johnny,
come
let
on
him
Werner
talk.
Let
He's
him
Dick.
finish.
waffling. Let him
They
talk.
come
He's
on
not saying
Werner
nothing.
Dick then. This is the strategy every week since like last year. Whenever Mountain Harvest have a bad game, these two guys come on here and say, "Oh, these guys are generational," so they get protection. Like, have you seen Ganabi? Have you seen Sane? They are scoring 2-3 goals per fucking game.
Well, Sunny right now isn't.
On
Yeah.
fire.
They were
Yeah,
called generational
and
too.
before anyone
Like
goes
this
on,
is like so
go on.
funny. Like, why are you not talking about Harvard's poor performance for Aston Villa and Mount being shit for England against Poland? No, they're not
Do
going
you
to
know
talk.
what? Yeah.
They're
Do you
going
know
to
what,
have
Kazrev?
agenda. They're going to come
The
back.
fact that you don't understand, you do not
Why?
understand
Why are we
why
having a
Mason Mount,
conversation
why
about
Mason
Johnny,
Mount is
don't
such a special
bother.
player,
Oh,
bruv. I know. Do you know what? I'll save
Johnny,
my breath,
don't
man. I'll
bother,
save
bro.
my
David,
breath.
You
David, save it, save it. 'Cause I do want to ask
no
David this
point.
question. 1 second, David, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just
David,
listening.
is Mason Mount generational?
Not yet. I think you
Okay.
have two types of
Who is
generational talent.
generational to you? Can you explain the meaning and who you think is generational as well?
Because I think you have two types of generational talent. You have retrospective talent and prospective talent. So you have those players when you look at them for the first time and go, he's generational. But then you have players who you look back on their career and say they were a generational talent. So when John Terry first started playing football, he wasn't generational. But after you look at his career, you go, yeah, he's probably a generational talent.
Why was
Same
he
with-
not generational when he played and made his debut at 16?
No,
He was levels above everyone.
I understand that, but at the start of his career, how many people were talking about him being one of the best centre backs to ever?
He was a talent. He was a talent.
No, he was a talent. Hold on, you're not understanding me. When you're talking about generational, you have to be one of the greatest players in the game's history, right? That's the levels we're talking here. You can't. There are very, very few players from when they first play a game you say he is generational. Very few, in my opinion. The only two right now, I'd say for me, who are generational are Mbappe and Haaland. They're the only two for me right now. But there are
What about
players.
Werner? Werner?
No. There are players though who are in a bracket of they're a really good talent now, but when I look back in their career, I can then decide whether they were generational or not.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I think both Mount and
agree with
Havertz have
your-
So
potential
wait,
to.
on that basis, David, is there
I
no
agree with your
generational talent
second
in
definition.
the Premier League? None.
First one, I
So
don't.
no
I don't
Mason
agree with that.
Greenwood, no Phil Foden. None of these players are generational talents. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think so yet.
I think De Bruyne. I can't put the generational on the youngsters. You can't put the generational on 22.
That's why you say talents. They're talents. They're not.
Well, then don't put generational in front.
So guys, can I ask a question?
Generational because
Can
he's won a
I
World Cup,
ask a
right?
question then?
If he's won a World Cup, yeah, Mbappe's won a World Cup, and if he didn't win that World Cup, are you still going to go? And he hasn't won Champions League, and all he's won is League One. Are you going to say he's still generational?
People were saying it before he won. They were saying it before he won the World Cup. They were saying
You can say he's got generational talent. He's talented, generational talent, but you can't say he's generational, bruv.
No, I think I thought he was when he was at Monaco.
But here's what I'll say, right? I think you can use that. Like, I would agree with David's definition, except I'll tweak it a little bit. Where for me personally is I would only use that if you're young currently and you're the best player in the world, right? Because you use that for players like the R9 and Messi and Cristiano. They were the best players undoubtedly in the world at 22, at 21.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Mbappe is 22. He's not the best player in the world. He's not standing above other strikers.
Yeah, but that's because there
all.
are two aliens in front of him. Like you can't that's like such a.
But there were aliens in front of Messi as well.
But
Ronaldinho was in front of him. Like there were still legends there that he took over from. That you just have to say.
Yeah, but the thing is,
their time is over.
Man. Phenomenal.
What I'm saying is this:
Messi
we've been waiting for time for players to replace what Cristiano and Messi were able to do, which is not just be great, but be great at the highest moments, right?
Consistent.
So Mbappe, the reason why I won't say that for him is we've seen him at enough semifinals and finals since that World Cup where he hasn't done anything, where he's had chances to beat that man, that guy, and he hasn't done it. I've seen Messi do it at that age. Cristiano did it at that age. Ronaldo did it at that age. You know what I mean? You can go on the players you can name that are generational players at a young age. Everyone else, David is right. You look back and you say, "Oh wow, he did this." No one in his generation did that or was close. He's generational.
What about 2018 when he won the World Cup?
It's not only based what you won,
I
man.
said
You can't overlook it.
like I said, but same thing. You can say that about if I'm using 2018 just that World Cup and not on a consistent basis, even over those 2 or 3 years, then you say what Johnny's saying, which is Mount and Havertz are in the same bracket because they did it in the Champions League final, right? But what I'm saying is this: is every final that Ronaldo went into or Messi went into at that age, they were the best players. They were terrifying.
Yeah. So
right?
Daniel, on that point,
Mbappe, I'm not scared of him in a fucking final.
No, but if
Mbappe can be the generational talent because
if Mount and Havertz go into
no, he could be. I believe he's going to be a generational player, right? But I wouldn't call him generational.
Daniel,
Havertz is not like I know German football. He's not a generational.
And then they turn up
He's
again,
very
and you
mediocre.
win another final, or you go into and you win big games in the Premiership to win the title, and you keep doing it. All right, and I'm talking Mount and Havertz. They are clear to be generational. Why would they not be?
Of course,
but
yeah.
they're not.
They are.
But they've already started and they're at 21.
Bro,
No, my point is that it's not only about the big moments. You also have to perform against your Brightons and your Norwiches. And
they
even
do.
no, hold on,
Bro, why you are on United?
Johnny, hold on. I know you're going to say they perform, but I'm talking about from a numbers aspect. From a numbers aspect, both of them are lacking. I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, that's true,
they will get better, but you've also got to understand that they're not those dribbling type flair Mbappe players. These guys are unique hybrids of what a midfielder is, what an attacker is. They're a different breed. These two, they offer so much.
But Johnny, his point is all about when they see it. Like I don't care if I don't care if they see it now or if they see it after after Mount and Havertz and the rest of them have built their resume a little bit more. Like Cruz at 22 won Champions League. He
Yeah.
started at a Champions League final. He didn't get that level of praise as one of the best midfielders in his generation till
He
now,
won his
right? To
third.
the end of his Real Madrid days, where he's won
Can
several.
I say this?
When he's
Can I
won,
say,
hold on,
can I,
Danny.
go
When
on,
when
go on.
when he's won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, so that's why I get what David is saying is when you look back at their careers, you say Modric and the rest of them. Modric's numbers would never tell you that he was one of the best midfielders in a generation, but his performances after you see him winning, title after
Mm-mm.
title, being the best midfielder doing that didn't really matter. So when you look back now, you're like, okay, he's one of the best midfielders of his entire generation.
All right,
But at that time, you'd have never said that.
And
can I say
was
this?
going to be
Yeah,
my question.
I'll say this. Oh, got 1 sec, Hazan. Just really quickly
Yeah,
before
go on.
you land. Yeah. So if you look at so Roy Keane said Mason Mount's like Paul Scholes, right? Yeah. Paul Scholes was generational, and that's a fact. Lampard is generational, that's a fact. Now, when I look at Mason Mount, I see a hybrid of those two players. Now, I can't name you a player in world football right now that I can say that, apart from Mason Mount.
But Johnny,
And Kai Havertz,
to what David is saying, to what David is saying is,
hear me out. Kai
yeah,
Havertz, you could arguably say has got who are the two? Who's that German player? Shit, man. Generational German player. He's got a bit of Ballack. He's got a bit of Ballack.
Musiala.
Who's that, man? No.
Goretzka.
No. I'm talking. Let's bring up Ballack, because Ballack is, for me, he's generational. Right? Ballack was an unbelievable midfielder.
He's not German.
All right, but Havertz and Ballack, I would put them in a similar pocket together. Yeah, but Havertz offers that just something a little bit different as well. I can't pinpoint the player to my head now, but with Mason Mount, Paul Scholes and Lampard, for me, those two. He's got those two ingredients in what he is as a footballer. And if you watch Mason Mount, you understand.
But Johnny, at 22, they weren't calling those players generational talents.
But
they became generational. That's what David's saying.
Look at Mount at his age now, and what he's won already, and what he's doing in the team he's doing. All right, Lampard didn't do that. Okay, and Lampard's generational, so.
They weren't calling Lampard generational talent at 22.
I know, but
that's why, Johnny, you have to have some patience, right? Wait some years, and then we'll call Mount generational after.
Listen, I'm saying,
guys,
out of our team, they are the generational
guys.
two.
This generational talk. Well, I'm not joking. We could talk about. I need to do a stream about this, but this is not the stream to do it on. We're going around.
Muller.
Hours and hours talking about what's generational and what's not. But we'll save that for a debate show at some point. Obviously, David, Chelsea are playing tonight. What are you expecting? Do you expect Zenit to be a challenge for Chelsea? And in terms of team lineup, does this look good to you, or would you change it?
I think Chilwell will probably get a game.
Bring back James.
James should play because he is eligible and not Aspie. Oh, actually, no. Take out Christensen and you should put Aspie at centre back. Apart from that, it's pretty much what I'd
put
go
Christensen
with.
there and then play Aspie here?
No, I'd rather Thiago Silva. Well, I guess he might rest Thiago Silva because he can't play in week out. It really depends what he wants to do. But that's what I would go with.
And can Sal play next to Jorginho?
Yes, I think that's probably what's best for him because he needs someone who
not Kovacic.
No, he needs someone. What he needs is someone who understands the system and can tell him what to do and where to be at the right times. That's what he needs.
No, but I'm saying, wouldn't he be on the second half?
Yeah.
Because
I think it could be Kovacic.
This is a much better combo.
I think
he was trying to do what Jorginho did against Villa.
I think Kovacic was actually tired at the last game, so I wouldn't be surprised if Saul will start.
No, I was just saying. I think it will be Jorginho and Kovacic, but
yeah, same thing. That's my starting lineup.
When the subs happen, I think Saul will come on. That's what I think will happen.
And I will take Thiago Silva instead of Christensen.
I got some little news. It's not real news, but it's news about Mason Mount, actually. Nothing real surprising. Chelsea in talks with Mason Mount's agent to extend his contract to 2027. Chelsea want to reward Mason Mount with a big pay rise around 200k a week.
That's
right.
Is this true, Johnny?
Yes,
Is your agent?
It's true. It's correct.
Hey, can you confirm this news?
That's cap. I was
I would give him 350 grand and make him the highest earner, bruv. Because his whole career, he's going to be. He's already going to be the next John Terry. Let's have it right.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, Johnny, but you don't want to be situation where we cannot afford his wages when he's 28.
No, listen, I'm bantering with the 350.
I know that. No, I'm saying like even now, 200.
He's worth it.
I know he's worth it, but if you give it to him 200 now and he's 22, by the time he's 28, and based how you think he's generational, how much you gonna pay him when he's 28?
$500,000.
No, but that's
let me explain to you
up
like this then. I'll explain to you like this. All right, Mason Mount, by the club, they know how valuable Mason Mount is. They know Mason Mount will never leave Chelsea Football Club, all right? And the only way he's going to leave is if an owner comes and buys Abramovich and buys Chelsea Football Club. That's the only way they're going to get Mason Mount, right? All
what
right?
about Messi?
No, hold on. If you're gonna pay 200 grand, 250, 360 grand to Lukaku, right? After what Mason Mount has already proved, all right? He's worth.
You're missing the point.
Johnny, no,
Out of all the players, he's worth 150, 200 grand. He's worth
exactly
100%. He's worth 150. Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah.
150,
200,
170.
200.
Cool, but
I can see this being legit, but he's going to be on a long term.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens after this season. If he wins the league, he has a case for it. So we'll see.
We will see.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I think that it's gonna be 150 with 50k extra being performance based. That 200k being performance based.
Werner and Chilwell are on close to 200.
Exactly. So
You guys
why
know that,
is
yeah?
Mason Mount undervalued? Why
Yeah,
should
but
he
you
be paid less?
If you see Mason Mount as being one of our long terms,
He's
right?
one of our own.
Why wouldn't you put him on over a 5-year deal on that
Where
type of money?
did you get the information that Chilwell on the 200k?
How much
Chilwell's
was
190.
how much was Lampard and Terry when they were balling out for Chelsea? All right, they were on mega wages. They were highest earners. So why is Mason?
I don't
Mount
think they were higher than
below?
250 at that time. But again, wages have changed, so it looks a little different now.
But they were still our top earners, Daniel.
But still, I don't want to listen. We're not, regardless of what we all think, in terms of our stadium, we don't make as much as a Manchester United or those teams like that. So we can't give out crazy wages. We need to.
But that's not
we need to
crazy
relax.
I get that. We need to balance the books as well. We can't be spending.
Do you see what happens to Cho? He got higher wages. Now
that's because
he's
he had us
shit.
buying at short and curlies because of Bayern Munich. That's not the club's fault.
Guys, I want to get you because
that
I've
was
got
down to Cho and his agent.
Guys, Johnny, I want to get your match prediction scores tonight. I've got to shoot, so this is why I'm saying this. Let's move away from the Mount stuff. We will come back. There's loads. We can talk about Mount another day. There's always time to.
We'll talk about him every week, mate. No problem.
Redneck, what are you going for? Scoreline, mate. Tell us.
5-0 Lukaku hat trick.
Well, there you go, Eric Blue.
I said 5-0. I was joking with 5-0, but I'll go with 3-0.
3-0 Chelsea. Who's scoring, mate? Who's scoring? Come on, tell us.
Okay, so I'll say Lukaku with a brace and then Mount with a third.
Lukaku with a brace and Mount with a third. Hassan?
I can't see them scoring. It's going to be comfortable 3-0 win.
3-0 win. Who you going with? Who's scoring, mate? Come on.
For me, probably Lukaku, Mount, and why not Mount Verna? Why not?
Nah. Oh, David, what we saying? Mason Mount hat trick?
God no. 3-0.
As if he'd ever say that. As if
I've
he'd
got
ever say that.
When is Mason Mount? Tell me when he scored a hat trick.
No. I'm saying.
Well, no, Johnny. If I'm being so unfair,
he might well do, mate.
Hold on, Johnny.
He might well do.
If I'm being so Johnny, if I've never seen him score a hat trick, why'd I predict to get a hat trick?
No, he's a clutch
Thank
player.
you. Shush. Relax yourself.
Listen,
not everything has to be. Not everything has to be Mason Mount.
Listen, one thing, David. No problem. You can have your point. One thing. I'll give you a bit of advice. Don't shush me, bruv. It's very patronising.
He
bruv.
don't shush
Yeah?
when you say shush.
Oh,
I
relax.
don't like that
Relax,
shit,
man.
bruv. No.
David,
I'm relaxed.
wait, Jenny,
I'm
wait a
relaxed,
second.
but don't shush me, bruv.
Mate,
I don't tolerate
it's
that shit. Yeah.
It's football. Oh
All
my
right.
god.
No, but you don't
David.
shush someone. It's just
David,
impolite, bruv. It's
Yeah,
impolite.
right.
Yeah.
Lukaku, Werner, and
let's have it
Havertz,
right.
Don't need this
whatever.
right now. Don't need this right now.
Lukaku,
David.
Havertz, and Werner.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
going
Lukaku,
with.
Havertz,
Right now.
and Werner, yeah? That's your three. All right, 3-0. David goes with declared. What you saying?
So you wouldn't do that to another panelist when you're face to face, would you, David?
Oh no!
No, you wouldn't. No.
We don't even know your face, Johnny.
Hold on.
We don't know Johnny, we don't know how you look. You never show your face.
Everyone knows what I look like. They've seen me.
People know what he looks like. Jem was there Friday night on the terrace. I literally told a Liverpool fan to shush.
Yeah, well, with me, bro, don't do it. I don't like that shit.
All right, declared. What you saying, declared?
Patronising me.
Hey, Redneck, you said you big up this team and now you pick 5-0, man. I'm gonna go with big up Zenit before. Now you're going.
If you know me, I always predict the scores 5-0 Lukaku hat-trick. I don't predict the scores. I never do because every time I do, it's going the wrong way. So I just say 5-0 Lukaku hat-trick to every game.
I'm going with 2-0. I think once we get the second, we're just going to sub everyone and just kill the game off. So that's why
It's just a suspicion. That's what I do.
Johnny,
I
what
don't
you saying?
predict the goal.
I'm going to go 1-0.
Okay.
1-0.
Yeah.
Who's scoring?
Either Mount or Lukaku.
Fair enough.
I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't think it's going to be as a steamroll as everyone thinks it will be.
Fair enough. Dan, what you saying?
You know what? I'm going to go 3-0 Werner hat-trick.
Whoa!
If he does it, I promise you I won't say a word about him ever again.
Shh, Daniel. When has Werner ever scored a hat-trick, bruv?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he has scored a hat.
2 years ago.
We ain't done it in blue, mate.
Hey, listen, my prediction is out there, all right?
That's all you say.
I have no agenda, guys. Werner hat-trick.
Same energy, man. Same energy.
Go on, what you saying, Professor?
I say 3-0. 3-0 Lukaku, Werner, man.
Fair enough, bro.
Is that because someone took your Werner hat-trick before you?
Yeah, that's okay. I knew he was going to say it.
No, not really. I'm just being realistic, that's all.
Fair enough. Football style, what you saying?
Yo, my bad for not being in the stream. I was having something.
No worries, mate. No worries.
My prediction would be 7-0. 3 yeah, 7-0. I'm being honest. Don't be surprised because we are
Jesus
here. I'm telling you, don't be surprised.
Chelsea fans, man.
It can be.
I think Fata's the only one that takes it seriously.
It can be 6 or 7. I'm just telling you.
From us struggling to score 1 goal last season, we're now going to the top of the try and score 7.
But Zenit are not a big club. I will just go to watch and eat popcorn. Like
I'm going.
Oh shit!
I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be 2-0 Chelsea. I think Lukaku and Werner are going to score today. I've got a feeling they're both going to get on the score sheet. Hopefully, fingers crossed that is the case as well. It's been 2 hours this stream. Massive channel. We've done over nearly 10k views today. We've got over 40 new subscribers as well. Still over 200 people here. Big up to all you guys in the chat. Big up to all of these guys who are involved as well as always making it. But we
and all that without Manscaped?
Manscaped. I ain't got no Manscaped, but I have got a Discord channel. If you want to join the Discord channel, the link is in the descriptions below. You can jump in there, guys, and get involved. But continue subscribing. Continue smashing the likes. We're about 8 away from 200 likes, so make sure you do that for the channel as well. Up the Chelsea. Hopefully, we can start off well defending our title. And we move, guys. We move, and we'll see you again all soon. Peace.
VIP, stay low key, like bando, bitch, oh please, yeah. Brand new whip, no keys, yeah. Get down on knees, yeah.